Yo, welcome back. I don't know if that even went through on the stream. Is it going to show up? All right, well, regardless, thank you for the 36-month resub. What a way to start this Friday morning. Hello, everybody, and hello, yo. So, as I just mentioned, Friday, and as you probably know from the last, 5 streams or something, we are still going to be working on stabilizing. So Adam is following his roadmap plans to stabilize. Hopefully all of this is actually being captured. Because the only thing that made me start the stream was the resub thing. Otherwise I would have waited till a hey guys message showed up. Yeah, so spend most of October stabilizing, yep. Hello from the pre-sub announcement. Happy first 37-month resub message. I will be saying this for the second and third resub notifications for 37 months. But thank you to Hideo. Hey Dodge Whale. So we are going to be doing a couple of things today. We're going to be merging PRs, we're going to be looking through issues again, and I want to deploy after the stream today. I wonder, and we might also fix the priority system again. We're just going to keep fixing it until it's good. This means doing everything we can to improve doing everything possible to improve the user experience. And then I want that blog post there in the today command too. Yeah, so Circle CI, you're gonna laugh probably, but the task that I wanted to do is pretty small. You know how I have all those Postman APIs? The task would be call into one of those. That's it. I keep doing something manually now that shouldn't be manual, and I didn't want to figure out how to automate it, so I'm probably gonna send it to you. Hey Fletcher. Anyway, I assume it'll be easy, but maybe there's something I'm missing here, but I'm pretty sure it should be easy. So Adam's following his roadmap plans to stabilize. This means doing everything possible to improve the user experience. Oh yeah, and then he wrote a blog post earlier this week that you should definitely check out if you haven't already. Okay. Have you found mobile Pixie performance in the browser? Is it good enough to not create a native app? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. My general take on this is that if you're going to make a game and you want to target mobile, just use a game engine. You'll still end up having to work out a bunch of mobile specific issues, but at least you won't run into, I don't know, a ton of cross-platform issues. Yeah. How was Thursday? Thursday was pretty good. I've been just still feeling a little overwhelmed. I mean, part of the feelings of being overwhelmed was one, the amount of work, and two was the kind of work that I had to do. And I feel like the amount of work is still there, but I'm not feeling as overwhelmed about the type of work that I'm doing. I feel like I'm growing to accept that. So now I just feel like, well, there was a lot of work put in the last couple of weeks, and I'm still kind of trying to take things a little bit easy. Hey, Jonah, that's good to hear. And hey, Kappa. Okay, so yeah, merge PR, so let's go do that. Hey, Dracman. Whoa, what is that? First founder. Oh, you guys were talking about this on Discord. What's weird is you can't click that badge and have it. Oh, maybe you can on Twitch. Also, Hideo had that too. I didn't even notice. And how do you get that? Twitch creates a founder badge for early. Twitch didn't do a thing on this? I see this. This isn't Twitch though. First 10 subs. Wow. I wonder if that were released today, if more of those founders would stick around. I don't think I know. Actually, I might know who my first 10 subs are. Hang on a second. Now I'm curious about this. I think I wrote down who all the first subscribers were somewhere. Hang on a sec. The first subscriber is okay. I have this written in a note. Then I think number 2 is Hideo. Yeah, subscriber order. Oh, apparently I did write all this down. Wow. These notes are from 3 years ago. So let's see. Hideo's still here, Spurman's still here, Echo 9 Hotel's still here, Merlin's still here. I think Wasabi is, Digitay definitely is, MagBind is, EJ is, and I don't know who Rigged.js is. They were last seen in 2017 in the stream though. So everyone still shows up except for MCS Mike, not so much, and Rigged.js, I guess not at all. Hey Schwartz. Oh, is the founder just the first 10 people who are still subs? Because if so, then that would change things. I guess that'd be kind of cool. Okay, so yeah, lots of PRs to go through. It's all explained in the link above. Oh yeah, I'll check that out afterward then. Cool, thank you. Alright, this pull request addresses 540 and upgrades Blockly to the October release candidate, which included 2 fixes. The upgrade itself is in this pull request in your Blockly fork. As usual, I chose to conserve the commit history, although at the end you'll find my own commits to get this new version working. Here are the relevant ones with links to the specific file changes. Let's see. Fix null delete area of hidden toolbox. What? Consider delete area of hidden toolbox to be null. Oh yeah. I remember this. And why did these things change? Okay, well this is not important. But the first part was definitely important. Wow. Have I heard of unstated? No. Global Hero, what's that? I removed the good.dom dependency from the search we implemented as it seems to no longer rely on this mechanism. Goog.dom. Oh. The company is good old now. Hey, Derek. So we'll create element. Yeah, okay, cool. That's good. Yeah, same thing. They disabled the use closure library option in their build script, which makes the Google Closure compiler look for Goo.require statements in the source code and supplies a closure library code. I'm not sure if this is permanent or until the RC is out. We require this option so the produced code can be bundled as is. Interesting. Once merged, you'll be able to follow your OneNote instructions, update your own fork of Node Blockly, and rebuild the library. When done, you'll be able to reinstall this new version and use it. The few client changes are mostly due to some API changes. Get flyout is now public. A validation function gets passed down the new value. And set text is now deprecated, and their deprecation message is to just throw. What did we use set text for? I should take a look at that. Hey Carson, hey Ramy. Wait. Ramy's a founder. Then this is the first 10. Yeah, so I should probably just read that link. Or it's first 25 or something. Let me take a look. Oh yeah, there's like a million redirects. Okay. Exclusive available to the first 10 Prime or paid subscribers and first 10 25. Okay, so first 25 for me. All of them. Do I have to make any changes? No. Do I have to upload them? No. Don't care. The first 10. Only if you're a current subscriber. Wow, yeah. So, okay. So let me show you guys. I mean, I know this is already on the screen. This isn't private. At least I don't think this is private. But here were the first 25 subscribers to the channel. And a few of these people are no longer showing up to the channel, but some of them are. You were that late? You're number 25, you barely got it. Antimatter tape. Yeah. And can I replace it? Yep. Will I ever lose it? Yeah, okay. Neat. Combat the issue of affiliates with 0 subscribers. Yeah, I guess so. I think the affiliate system must be making Twitch lots more money than it was. And the more they can get, the better. So yeah, I bet it's probably benefiting pretty much everybody. Okay, yeah. So set text. I wanted to see where we were doing this. A custom block with a checkbox. All right, let's see. Decided I had some small quality of life changes that have been bothering you for a while. Feel free to remove them. Previously, after a search to display again the search result, you need to either click this or change your search. Now focusing the input will bring back the search result. Oh, nice. Okay. Also, when the user was loading Blockly, there was a UI shift with a footer bar. Oh, also nice. Cool. Okay, let's go look through the PR, and then we'll go through all the steps we need here. Hey, Hexadonut. Yeah, Twitch definitely has a financial interest in doing that. I mean, the more people you get to go spread your platform for you, the better. And affiliates would want to do that. And I think really, here's the key component. I think that by having affiliates, you end up monetizing all of the real life friends of those affiliates who otherwise wouldn't have spent money on Twitch because they want to help their affiliate friend live the dream. That's where I think like each affiliate kind of pulls in probably like $10, $15 a month for Twitch for that reason. Okay, so let's take a look. Component loader. What do we have here? Class names, use here, and now we can pass in a class name. Okay, makes sense. Yep, cool. Now there's get flyout not as a private function. Sounds good. And on focus on click show results. Yep, cool. These changes are probably not going to be too tough to look through, but maybe some of the other ones might be harder. Last name, styles.script edit loader. We'll have to take a look at what that is. This is probably just the height property. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. Then class name, optional class name. Yep. What is this? Update shape. Okay, let's go figure out what update shape says now. I might need to update that comment. Can I not click this? Oh, it says waiting. Okay, hey Cactus, and hey Gan. And Pro Salmon and Perry. Someday all memes must die, M. Perry. What goes up must come down. So how do we look through this? What branch is this on? This is still, wait, open. What? Well, anyway, it's RC Oct 19. So RC Oct. I'm a little confused. There it is. Okay, I opened the wrong link. Well, this is what I wanted to do anyway, so let's go take a look at this. Now let's search for where update shape was. Hey, Julie. In response to how your Thursday was, glad to hear you're at least feeling less overwhelmed by one thing. Assuming you go over this in a latest blog post, if not, how's it compare to pre-launch? Yeah, I do think you should read the blog post for that. And then if you have any follow-up questions, feel free to ask. I don't mind answering, but I think that's going to clarify a lot. I think the blog post is roughly like a 10-minute read. So from what I've written in the past, it's much longer than normal, but it's not too bad. Okay, interesting global hero. Yeah, I hadn't heard of that. And Ahmed. Okay, so where does this come from? Update shape comes from blocks text. Okay, so let's go look at that. Blocks text. And this is on the correct branch. And what does it say now? Modify this block to have the correct number of inputs. What? Figure out how this can be null. The docs say unless the value is null. So the changes aborted. I don't know where that is. Okay, let's see if it says it in here. I don't know. Unless the value. Okay, maybe it was in the Blockly docs. I'm never gonna find this again. Yeah, I'm not sure about this. I just wanted to see if I need to update this comment that I wrote here. Figure out how this can be null. Maybe I should be searching for validation function instead. No, that's not a thing. Hold on, where does this get passed in? It doesn't. Oh, it does between these lines probably. Oh wait, this was inside of Blockly. There it is. Field checkbox. Okay, let's go find that. Field checkbox. Here it is. Validation. Call validator. Doesn't this get constructed with a validator? Here it is. Okay, finally. A function that's executed when a new option is selected. Its sole argument is the new checkbox state. If it returns a value, this becomes the new checkbox state unless the value is null, in which case the change is aborted. So, field checkbox. We gotta go find that. Field checkbox. Here it is. A function that is called to validate changes to the field's value, takes in a value and returns a validated value or null to abort the change. So I guess this didn't change. I don't know, one of the things I gotta do here, so we'll write, do I even have a new branch? I don't think I do. Yeah. So merge PRs, and then we'll say switch to new branch. Hey Walter. The first mod and sub now. Oh, Walter. There wasn't even a minute that passed between your two messages. If only you'd waited a minute. I have to take a picture of this. They're the only survivor. So switch to new branch, we'll do this, we'll do this. And then I want to fix the priority system again today. Okay, so this changed. And I had written into the code originally, figure out how this can be null. But the way this is written here is it can't be. So I think we need to delete this line. Yeah. So I should write this stuff down. We'll say Blockly PR follow all build steps, and then for testing we'll write down make sure the use second filter block works. Yeah, I don't think this matters anymore. So I'm gonna write setup Blockly comment changes, because I want to keep this open just in case I need it. So delete this comment. Okay, now let's keep looking through this. Windy, hello, and thank you for the host. Windy, I was almost gonna make my title today making Geo 3, which I thought would be funny. But yeah, I was watching during breakfast this morning. I saw the pictures of, God, who is it? Future Millennium in your code? Or in your assets? I don't remember who that was. But anyway, you said that people would be worried, is it the developer? And I thought, it is. This Windy guy's, he's just a sham. He's the front man. DOCA coming? Okay, well now I know where Windy stands on that joke. He hates it. Anyway, I hope the stream went well. For anyone new to my stream, I'm working on a game called Botland, aka Geo3. And it launched, what is it now? Let me count the number of days. It launched 17 days ago. Launch was 17 days ago. And since then, we have been hard at work. Take a look at this. So in the news tab, this was launch day, client 100. Since then, we have done all of this text that you see on the screen. So there's been a lot of improvements to the game, and we're still making improvements today. So that's what we're going to be working on. I just like to think that no one here has any clue what's happening. You and Julie both. She said the same thing. No, you both have more of an idea than you think. You both know code right now. You just haven't tried coding yet. But then once you start, you'll just like, it'll be like you're in the Matrix. You'll just hammer out all that code. So I think these things are fine. We have set value instead of set text. That's okay too. Yep, this all looks good. So I have Blockly build instructions, and I have to go look at everything else here. Oh yeah, I can't do this on stream. Oh man. I forgot about this because the way that where is this? It's written somewhere on here. Yeah, this. Their build uploads to the Clojure compiler service. So if streaming, this will drop frames. The only way I'd be able to do this is if I do this from my VM and I limit the bandwidth. It's all built in my PR linked in the issue. Oh, really? Okay. That's not too bad. Only had to build a node block. We got it. Okay, cool. Did that really need the updates? Yes. Version numbers are important. Wow, no credits. That's rude. Okay, there. You could always have edited that command yourself. So this PR looks fine. There is also this pull request. Pull request upgrades a Blockly version to this. Details are in the associated PR. My goodness. So we should see a couple PR or a couple commits from Hideo, right? Yeah. Merge, build new translation files, fix null delete, remove Google DOM dependency. Good, good, and good. Yeah. This looks fine to me. We're not gonna look through 837 files because it's gonna be mostly Blockly changes. So let's try this out. Let's merge this. Yeah, this is probably a bear of a task. Sorry, Hideo. Sorry for only assigning you the difficult task. Okay, and Julie, maybe that'll happen. Take care, Windy. Thanks again for the host. Hope you have a great rest of your evening. Delete this comment. Yeah, so we still have to do that. So I merged this one. We got to go through my instructions that we had, and then I got to go get this. So git fetch Hideo and git checkout that. Cool. Hey, Turbo Dave. What? Oh yeah, it's gotta be lowercase. I should just make something that does this for me. There. So now we're on the right branch. Now we gotta go figure out what I do with this. So this was my repo, git fetch unzip. So it was already built and everything. So I should just need to remove and then add this again. I don't know if there's any other way to update it. Node Blockly, yeah, here. There might be a way. Yeah, I have an idea. No, this is a dumb idea. Let's not do this. Next chapter in my notes. This was, yeah, here it is. Okay. Wait, am I forgetting steps? I don't need to do any of this, apparently. I'll update the submodule that points to Blockly with yarn Blockly upgrade. I didn't think I needed to do this, though, because you've got everything built. Maybe I do. Huh, okay. Oh, wait, I need to even do this? No, you're talking about these. Yeah. Okay. Got it. So, go over to here, check for Blockly upgrade. I don't even know where this exists. Apparently not there. Blockly upgrade. No, this is in Node Blockly. What am I doing? Yeah, it's another repo. Oh, I'm not with it this morning. Unfortunately, I don't know where this exists. So let's just do dir star Blockly. There's Node Blockly. We found it. So cd into path to Node Blockly repo. There we go. That's right, Walter. And hey, Aztec, how's the game doing post-launch? I think it's doing about as well as it could be expected to do, which is to say that the player base seems like it's there, but the money isn't there, and we can work on the money part after. Aw, Psymaster. Can you... Yeah, I guess you can still sub even if you're not streaming. Unless they don't have a contract with Twitch anymore. So is this even the right thing? What version are we on over here? Alright, so if we do a git pull first. Hang on a sec. It says up to date. How's that possible? Oh, because this was... Wait, no. How is that possible? Oh boy. Where is Node Blockly? There it is. I just merged this in. Oh, maybe I'm on the wrong branch? No, I'm on master. I merged in the Blockly repo? Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, geez, I didn't just am not paying attention. So yarn Blockly upgrade. Hey, Raimo. Okay, good. And then pre-publish and then commit and push. The commit and push part actually does involve some kind of upload here, but hopefully that doesn't drop frames on the stream. Although I apparently have already dropped 161. Good, so that one's done. Now commit and push. So git status. This modified what exactly? I see. Then there are untracked files. So I guess if we open up this repo over here and just even do something like this, then it should recognize that it's, yeah, here it is. So I think we want everything now. What are these though? EEHA. Do we have those? Yeah, we do. Okay, cool. So let's add all of them. And we'll just say update Blockly, new languages. Got it. So that'll commit those, then we push them, then we update the botline client. Okay. So yeah, now we push this. Should ask for the password again. Okay. There we go. And I didn't drop any frames doing that. So now we can go remove these from here. And then add it again. Then we can try it out. Yeah, I recognize that, Hideo. I don't know. I think part of it is that a long enough time has passed since I last did this. And then there are certain indicators for me that I'm just not thinking clearly. And this is an indicator that I'm not thinking clearly. This will impact the rest of today. and I already know that. I realized, so when I go wake my wife up before the stream, I bring her coffee and I tend to open up the blind so there's some natural light in the room. And last night I just left the blinds open. So I woke up this morning like 2 hours before my alarm and kept thinking, I should be able to go to sleep, right? So I kept going back to sleep and then I woke up every 10 minutes because there was light in the room. So I think it's leading to me not thinking clearly today. Command failed. Is this something with having... Yeah, access is denied. Okay, that's because of this. This is really, really annoying to recover from because it creates a bunch of files. Oh, in this case, it only made one. And did it do anything bad? No, it just removed it. Okay, this shouldn't be too bad. We should just be able to do this. It does. Do you have notes now, Hideo? Or would my notes have helped? Just put duct tape over my eyes. Don't give me any ideas. Oh man. Alright, well this time it should work. And then we can test this out. I need to pull the client changes too though before I restart this thing. So I guess let's go do that. Wait, did I already do that? Oh god, I don't remember. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't do any real work today. This is not going very smoothly. Let's go find this comment. Here it is. And I'm on the right branch, am I not? Yeah, good. Okay, so this we're going to delete. Maybe I should just say if this ends up being null that it's... it doesn't matter. Real work is overrated. I don't know. Just my whole schedule has been kind of messed up lately. Okay, I think we're good here. Let's go run this. I did promise you guys that. Yeah, and it would be wrong of me not to deliver. Okay, well, this is loading up. You can always take a half day, a quarter day. I may end up ending the stream early, but I think we have a decent amount of work that I can get through without really damaging stuff. So, for example, merging most of these PRs shouldn't be too bad. And then assigning a task to Hideo shouldn't be too bad. This might be tough if I'm feeling sleepy, fixing the priority system. But maybe we can figure something else out. Okay, did this finish building yet? No, it didn't. But it'll be done soon. So we did this. Follow all build steps, we did that, and then we've got some testing that we're about to do now. You woke, wait, what? Why did you wake up 3 hours before your alarm? Oh, just because of a chronic issue that you have of waking up before your alarm? I was gonna say, staying up later, yeah, you would think that you'd be able to sleep in a little bit more. Karsten, what are you doing? Oh, man. Thank you, Karsten. You certainly did not have to do that for any reason. But welcome, all 10 new subs. Enjoy the gifts. Hey, Romania. Hey, darling. Yeah, thank you, Karsten. This is overly kind of you. Hey, Tommy. Hey, Slow. Slow Tree, how did the stream go? I didn't get to stick around after raiding. Did you have fun? Did you enjoy it? What am I doing? I'm going over to block me. Okay, so here it is. This is the new Blockly. Now, one thing that the new Blockly does is it puts shadow blocks in. You see that? So you can tell where something's going to connect before you actually put it in. That is really nice, and this wasn't there before. There are probably a bunch of other features too. Enjoyed finding bugs. Yeah, unfortunately, Slowtree didn't have VODs enabled on their channel. So I looked through chat after the stream was done, and I did not see what you guys were talking about. And that was rather unfortunate. And Alfred, welcome back to you too. First free weekend in 7.5 months? Oh my goodness. Yeah, jeez. And I feel overwhelmed and I'm like, guys, I launched a product 2.5 weeks ago. Yeah, I don't think I could ever do what you're doing, Karsten. You enable VODs now? Okay, cool, yeah. Yeah, so I don't know what issue you ran into, but I will show you something. So this was an issue as of, well, it's actually still an issue on production, but maybe this is what you hit. So let me show you. So there's a problem that was just now fixed with this PR, where if you make a function in Blockly and you put an input over here and you delete this, so there, it's gone now, and I click away, and then I try to save, then it crashes the game. So I think that might be what you hit, and I knew about this, but I thought, oh, you know, how many people are really going to run into this? What's the real impact? You might have hit that, and I don't know because I couldn't watch your stream. There was one other issue which was also problematic. It's not really worth showing. It's pretty similar to that one. But now that should be fixed. So now if we try doing that same thing, and we put this over here, and we change it, we just delete it, and then hit save, it works, yeah. Yeah, so finding 4 bugs, did you file them by any chance? Because if so, then I could eventually look through it. Okay, you did. Okay, excellent. Thank you. Yeah. So make sure the use second filter block works. Let's go try that out. That is here. So how are we going to do this? How about we just find a pre-made script that does it for us? Nothing does it for us? This one does. Okay, so we'll just drag this out onto the canvas and delete all these. So what this is going to do is find them by the lowest life and the lowest distance, and then try shielding or repairing them. So we need shield and repair. Let's go find them. Shield, repair, and let's get the thrusters. So this bot does nothing other than try to heal its allies. So we'll now try this out and see if this works. So whatever takes damage is going to get shielded, I guess. Yeah. And then they're all going to move over to this and try to repair it. This one didn't. Wait a second, what am I doing? What am I doing? Oh, I'm not thinking. The way we would test this is literally just by hitting this button. So as long as this generated the right code, then we're fine. Filter entities. Is that the right block I'm looking at? Ally in need. No, it's ally in need. Where's that? Yeah, ally in need. Yeah, filter. Okay, so all we need to do is now compare this to what it does on production. And if it does the same thing, then we're fine, I guess. So yeah, let's go try that out. Oh, awesome, Flesher. Okay, yeah, great. Yeah, that blog post, I spent a lot of time writing, and I think it's like mostly complete. I don't know if I'm going to change it at all at this point. But I kind of wanted that almost just as a journal entry. I think people could also learn a lot by reading it. Although I don't know how important that knowledge is that you would gain. Okay, yeah. This is a different bug that I fixed. Yeah, everything's fine. Never seen you this spaced out. You know, it was the same problem last Friday, too. Yeah, I'm still going to go through this, though, I think. As long as I can do more help than harm, I think I should continue to stream right now. But yeah, one of the things I think we need to start focusing on this next week. I think more marketing needs to be done. I can't just do this in a vacuum. So I'll write this down. Week of 10/14. Pick up the marketing engine. Looks like it's all identical. Oh, excellent. Okay. Hey, Goose. Yeah, and so people had talked about, like, should I do a video? The thing is, you know, as a game developer who stood to benefit from other people's postmortems, when I saw an hour-long video, it always made me think, I don't really want to read this, or I don't want to watch this. I don't think videos are necessarily the best way of taking in information. They're great for when you're driving and you can just listen to the audio. But, yeah, otherwise I think a blog post is kind of nice. Well, thanks for resubbing it, Julie. Thanks for the 7 months. So we merged this PR. I think everything is good. I think we're just going to have to write down that we got rid of... Ooh, yarn.lock. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. We'll just say finalized commits, finalized PR. So one, remove a comment Move pointless comment in 2, update yarn.lock to point at proper node block weight. Yeah, I think this is good. Hey 6, always feel like you're in a windowless room. There's one window and it is over there. Yeah, you know, Ultramark, some of these things, I actually don't mind that they're videos. What was funny is there are videos like, how do I do this in a video game? And the answer is like, oh, you click and drag this over to here or whatever, right? And for some reason, the video is not literally just that 3 seconds of watch, click, drag, done. It is, hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. And I know this is like a huge meme at this point, but that's the part that bugs me. I don't mind that people are making videos for things that don't really need to be videos. But if you're going to do that, cut right to the chase. So we just need to push this to Hideo branch. Hideo's repo, I mean. And that should be it, right? Yep, cool. Now it's going to kick off another run. We don't want to do this. Yeah, see you in 3 months. Well, this one was especially bad because there was a Blockly specific issue that we needed to fix. We also got a bunch of upgrades. Maybe I should go figure out what those are for the changelog. Yeah, because this added shadow blocks for us, but I don't know when the last time we had upgraded. Adding drop shadow. Yeah, it wasn't even this. We must have gotten a ton of features. I wonder what else we got. Let me take a look. So the shadow blocks, this is what I was talking about, where when you're about to put something in, see that gray rectangle that's showing up behind it? That is really nice. I like that a lot. It lets you know exactly where something's going to go. There've got to be other things like that that I just don't know about, but that I wouldn't even know how to find, I guess. Yeah, we'd have to look through some changelog of Blockly itself. And I don't know where that would be. I don't even know how long it had been. I know the word shadow shows up. Shadow blocks. It might be on a different page. I don't know. You don't think they have the changelog for RC? Not for RC necessarily, but we skipped over a bunch of versions, didn't we? Because I don't think shadow blocks were added in this release candidate. I think they were added a while ago. Yeah. Does the context menu help work now? Oh yeah, we did, and that has been working for a while now. So if you right click a block from Botland and you go to help, it'll bring you right to the API. So I right clicked repair. If I right click shield, it'll go to shield. If you right click any Blockly block, like if, it'll bring you to some wiki. And that wiki is as good as we can do, I think, because at that point we'd be teaching about like how if and else and whatever else works. And I feel like their wiki is going to be better than anything I could do. So I might as well just let their wiki do the heavy lifting. Oh yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that means. Okay, so back to this. We now have my finalized PR in here and we hit merge pull request. We could still change it anyway if we have the need for it. Oh yeah, we could, yeah. But what I'm getting at is that I don't think there's much of a reason to. And I think Carson might have been saying that someone had filed a bug saying when you click the help of a blue block that it brings you to a wiki page. And I don't know if it was Carson who did that, but I'm okay with that. But all the other ones that are not blue blocks or that are Botland blue blocks, like exist, will bring you to the in-game documentation page. So I don't know if it's worth saying all the things that got updated then. I have to cancel this too. Oh, I gotcha, Carson. Gotcha. I see. He left just. Okay, so add blueprint selector mobile non-ideal state. Let's take a look at this. This pull request addresses this. I used a new fragment instead of modifying the string, as the sentence asked in the task is totally different than the one we already have in place on desktop. I also slightly tweaked pre-made blueprint icon on mobile as it didn't really align with the other icons. Excellent. That was good. Okay, yeah, this looks fine. Let's go check this out. Hey, Stun. You've got the Founder's Badge. Oh, I don't need to do fetch every time. What am I doing? Considering how many versions we skipped, it was fine. The most annoying part was merging translation updates. Yeah. I think it's good that we don't have too many changes ourselves to the Blockly repos. Otherwise, it would be tough not to reintroduce bugs. Do I know how many people with Founders Badges are active in my channel? Yeah, I do, because I was showing this earlier, but I, for some reason, kept track of my first 32 subscribers, and then I stopped, but here they are. So any names you see on this list that are still in the channel. So MCS Mike drops by a little bit. Everyone here is still in the channel. Wasabi, I don't know what Wasabi's last name, actually. Yeah, Wasabi hasn't been here for a little while. Digisay's here now. Maniac Buying. EJ still show up. Rigged doesn't. Olo I haven't seen in a long time either. Yeah, Olo hasn't been here in forever. And Doran's still here. Wouter's still here. Delzy's still here. Dodge Whale. Ray, I don't know if Ray's still here. No, Ray hasn't been here anymore. Antimatter Tape. Still here. I wanted to check something else. Japanese Spider Crab I don't think has been here. No, not for a while. Dracklin's still here. Sean, I don't think so. No. Wheatley, unfortunately, no. I don't think he's been here in a while. Gliz, I think, still is. Programmer D is. Nylox, I don't know. Moist. How about we stay dry? Oh, Nylox is still around. Raimi, never seen him in my entire life. Don't know who that is. Quantum, I don't think is here. Tupperbox is... Oh, these are past the top 25 anyway. Okay. This isn't shaming viewers. I appreciate that people ever subbed or even just watched. Yeah, so we pulled this. Let's go try it out now. So this is when you didn't have any blueprints on mobile. Nothing had shown up. And unsubbed. I wouldn't blame you. Let's sign up for a new account so that we don't have to go through this. There we go. Traffic, welcome back. And hey, Louie. No moist command yet? Yeah, I'm not sure what it would do exactly. So it says use one of the buttons on the side of the screen to create a new blueprint. Cool. We're in test mode. Should say the same thing. Yeah, so I guess at this point it's not the side of the screen anymore. So I was kind of hoping it'd be in the same thing. Sprinkle those across the screen. That's true. Could do that. Did you just get affiliate, Moist? What about my last 25 subs? Those were probably almost entirely gifted subs. It's still kind of obvious? Okay, that's fine then. And yeah, the new icon looks good. Yeah, I think this is fine. And then once we actually make one, it goes away, right? Yeah, nice. What's the new command, Lepchus? So I'll merge this. Why not make those 3 buttons in line vertical? These? When you're saying make them inline vertical, what do you mean? Oh, how here they aren't? Oh, that's a good question. I don't know the answer for that. Oh, I don't know. Yeah. Oh, that's why. Because the tab shows up right there, so these need to be put in a different spot. But on the defense side of things, they can't be put like that because then this tab shows up. Yeah. There was a reason for that. Oh, you've had it for a couple of years? Haven't been able to stream much at all? I see. There's a quick something menu on the left side. Is that new? No, this is only on mobile that this shows up. On desktop, it shows up at the bottom left. You can change between quick and full. So those have always been there. Just a link to that. Is that correct? Yeah. Oh boy. Okay, that looks good. And we merge this, and did we cancel this? Yeah. Alright, other PRs. Rocketize all the things. Pull request address is 533. Here are the various places with the changes. Nice. Looks good. Also looks good. Wait, why? What changed here? Was there a sword there before? There was. Oh, I just realized you didn't put before pictures for any of these. So for some reason I was like, yep, that's a sword, and now it's a rocket. And then I looked at this and I'm like, those are both rockets though. Okay, yeah, this looks fine. Go try it out. Ender. Yeah, so we got rid of the swords. No more swords in this game. Attack icon. Yeah, wait a second, what? What am I doing? Yeah, wait, what is this? So back before we had this, we just checked to see if we were on mobile or desktop. And now we do... Oh, because it's not an icon anymore. I see. Okay. Icons and assets are two different things. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. This was good. Let's go try it out. Get checkout. Okay, became unblocked. All PRs have been reviewed through use of GIFs. So we got a rocket button there, we got a rocket button there. On mobile, it's here, and it changed correctly. And there's one more that I'm missing. 1, 2, 3. No, that was it. Okay, cool. Yeah, looks good. Let's merge it. CV, because you can't use GIFs in your pull request. Alright, next, add full screen capability. I am very intrigued by this, because I didn't know how hard or easy this would be to do. Pull request addresses this, adds full screen support for supported browsers. When that's the case, a new button is visible in the header to toggle full screen. No UI mockup, so I went with what seemed right at the time. Video of the feature on Android. Let's check it out. Ooh. That's super cool. Wow. New features only available when all the following are met. The full screen API is available, so not a lot, basically Chrome for Android. We're not in the botnet application, because then they're already frameless. We're on mobile or tablet, and we're on the news route. This one may be weird at first, but here's my reasoning. We can show it everywhere, although that would include the arena, but there's already a button to fit the arena. Yeah, that's fine. If the UI part of this PR isn't to your taste, feel free to comment and explain what you want. Yeah, this sounds great. So how do we test this? Because I'll only see this if we're on mobile. And I don't have an easy way. I guess we could just get rid of that. You need to yarn it. Oh yeah, okay. All right. Well, let's look through the files first. Screenful. What's that? Hey JWL. Things are going pretty well. I'm pretty out of it today, but only in the way that I'm tired. I don't feel bad, I guess. How are you doing, JWL? Simple wrapper for cross-browser usage of the full screen API. Lets you bring the page or any element into full screen. Wow, pretty small. Yeah, seems good to me. Okay, so that's fine. So now we have... Wait, what's this one doing here? Also, why did this change? Oh, because we imported correctly. Okay, with the right name. Okay, with router, screen full, with application. So is full screen, if it's enabled, then on change, full screen change. Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, seems pretty good. Renders the full screen button when necessary. We only want to show it when full screen is available. We're not in the app. We're on mobile or tablet. We're in the news route. Cool. Then we show the button. Yep. Yep, yeah, this seems great. Yeah. Hey, Regason, thank you. I don't know how much of that I'll be doing today, but at least we'll merge PRs and everything. That'll be good. So we'll run this again. So we need to go modify this. Right, where is it? Right here. So this is in pregame header line about 200. Hey, Jeremy. So it is on app. We'll just get rid of this and we'll get rid of this. And we'll hope that it works. Because otherwise I need to actually... Oh, I guess I have an Android phone here I could test it on. I'm definitely tired. Oh, man. It wasn't until I was about to finish that sentence. I was like, otherwise we need a phone for this. Okay. Yeah, well, let's try it on the computer anyway. Because I just made that change. And then we'll delete that and we'll test this out there. Lasers are too overpowered. I think lasers and missiles can almost never be too overpowered because of the ability to reflect them. People have been complaining about melee and zapper, for sure. Now melee, I think, is okay. Maybe another like 25 damage less might be better, but I think it's generally okay. Zapper, I'm still kind of unsure about. Okay, so this change would have been on the news page only, and it would show up there. Wow, it works. So I mean, it kind of works for me. I have some weird issue with Karnak, which is the thing for keyboard shortcuts at the bottom. So I bet if I turn that off, that this would work just fine now. Yeah, it does. Okay. Yeah, so we got to just ignore that. Start Karnak. There we go. But you usually don't want to use the reflection ability? What are you talking about, Protego? This is like saying A is too strong, and then I say, but A is countered by B, and you say, but I don't want to use B. I don't understand this part. There's a counter for A in the game, so use its counter, right? How much percent does that reflect max? It's in the, if you look at any of the details, you'll find it. So it's 75% at the highest level. Yeah. Okay, yeah. This looks great. This is going to be really nice. So pinning isn't necessary anymore. So we might need to modify the pin command from this. Is this going to work? Yeah, there we go. So what was I going to say? Maximum or full screen PR. Update pin command. Other than that, this looks good. I'm going to go undo my changes now, and we're going to try this on the phone. Over full range? What do you mean, Tesla? Oh, as in like if a bot shoots a laser from right next to you versus far away? Yeah, it's always the same percent. This doesn't change anything on iOS, phone. This will work on iPad. Okay. So let me load this up on my phone right now. So right now it's loading. There we go. Let it finish loading, and then I'm going to press the button. So right now you can see. Oh wait, no. This was the pinned version. Oh wow. Okay, there is actually a change. This is probably really subtle to show here. So you see at the top there is the notification bar, and actually, is that it? It looked like it got wider too. But then I pressed the full screen button. No, it didn't get wider. Okay, never mind. It's not subtle. It just got rid of the notification bar. So I guess there is still a purpose to this, even if you pin the site. Huh. But I should try it by just navigating to this in Chrome. Yeah, it removes the status bar, yeah. Okay, so I'm loading up the site, and whenever you load this site on your phone, you've got that browser bar at the top, which is really tedious because there's no scrolling. And it says it works best in landscape mode and isn't. Oh, there it goes. Oh wait, now you can scroll this. What? I think Chrome on Android has just gotten a lot better, maybe. But yeah, this works great. Looking good. Hey, Luke. So actually, the last thing I want to check is what happens if I do this on Firefox on Android. So I'm guessing that this is going to be false. But what if it weren't false? Oh, it works in Firefox? Oh, okay. So I think I misinterpreted what... Where is it? Oh, you just hate Firefox. That's why you refuse to list it. Okay. Well, let me try loading this anyway. So hard to catch me on these days. Did your schedule change? Because I was going to say mine is at half days, but it has kind of been for the last few months, and that does make it a lot harder for the people who used to watch back when it was an 8-hour stream. At least they say it works, but who knows with Firefox? Okay, well, here's what it looks like for me in Firefox right now. And I'm going to try a couple things actually. So one is my avatar is not showing up for some reason. Oh, there it comes. Oh wow, so Chrome did make an interesting change. So if I try dragging here up and down, nothing happens because this is Firefox. In Chrome, it would actually slide the URL bar off the screen. But yeah, toggle full screen worked. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Oh, I see. I'm sorry to hear that, Luke. Is there a max view distance for a given bot, meaning that it potentially cannot see a bot on the other side of the arena? Yes, correct. So there's this video that explains that, almost entirely just explains that. If you skip about maybe 30 seconds in, you'll get to that point. Yeah, this is looking really good. Technically say the web version on Android and iPad. Okay. Yeah, so let's go merge this. Looking pretty good. Oh wait, there's one thing I didn't try, which is, yeah, it's gone. Okay. I had made a change in order for it to show up on desktop, but I didn't want to keep that in there. Not that I did any pushes. So then there's this, add tooltip to Botcoin, delta text, and match results. This is really straightforward. Yeah, not a lot to say. At some point we should refactor the Botcoin symbol component, although it would be mandatory for this, to make it more easily usable with sentences. Yeah, I agree with that. We're all on one time zone. If only that sun would just work across the whole planet the exact same way. I wonder what that would do, other than change physics. But yeah, I think it would be kind of cool. There are actually a lot of benefits of having different time zones, though. Can you imagine if everyone was trying to do everything at the same time of day? The amount of traffic for all services would bump up by, like, I don't know, some factor that is probably very tough for people to accommodate. it'd mostly be website stuff because it's not like you can travel to Australia in an hour from the US. What was I gonna do? I was gonna go pull this and then read the tooltip. There you go. I'm sorry, this stream is going to be a little different from normal in that I'm going to be an idiot. So, yep, let's just keep going with that assumption. So what this does, we were playing a ranked match. It actually doesn't matter if we win or lose here. Let's try to win anyway. There we go. And now there's a tooltip on this. Winning ranked games grants bot coin. Okay. And you can earn a daily maximum of 500 bot coin, 350 as a defender, 280 as an attacker. Perfect. Yeah, looks good. By the way, did Protego ever respond to... No, Protego didn't. I was still curious about what they were talking about. Hey, Chevywood. Okay, those looking good. I don't know how much we have to do here. Let's look through this. Delta equals, and then tooltip content. Wait a second, I tried this and I couldn't get this working. Oh, delta text was modified at the tooltip. I see. I didn't try this the right way. Yeah, I definitely didn't try this the right way. Got it. Cool. Fit everyone in one house? How much is everyone? Now, how's the game going? It's going well. And the today command, although I don't maybe suggest reading this now, but maybe when you wake up later, there's that blog post. That blog post talks a lot about kind of just my thoughts around launch and everything leading up to launch. There are some things that I imagine people have probably had questions about since day one, like how much money did you spend on this game? I'm not willing to share that yet. And there are probably some other questions that people have wondered about that I haven't really wanted to share yet. So yeah, I didn't touch on that in the blog post, but there are a lot of other things that people have said so far that either they knew at one point and forgot, or it was brand new to them. So I think it'll clarify the journey a little bit. This looks good. Hey, Choo Choo. Okay, so Circle CI, cancel this one again. And then this is the final one. Man, these are such nice changes. Okay, so mail suggestions are provided through MailCheck that I wrapped in a new component email input. Library is still configurable through props, even though I cut the default configuration, which is already pretty solid. There's no mockup or directions, so I went with what I had in mind. Feel free to reject. So let's see from the picture before I read the rest of this. Yeah, that looks great. During the login process, when you're done inputting your email, if there's a suggestion, we'll display it and the user can ignore it, discard it, accept it. Same features available when the user tries to change his email address. All the suggestions are displayed immediately, as we only have one input in this flow. Wait. Oh, I get it. Okay. How many active players? There's the how many players command next, which the reason I link this in, even though it's eventually going to lead you to something saying that I'm not really sharing that right now, is because I might change it in the future. And logging away for a field change, wasn't sure, just to not bother so much in real time. Yeah. Oh, nice, Luke. Yeah, I think it's good. I think Phaser is pretty good to get started with. I don't know what you could do as far as like a fully fledged game with Phaser. I mean, presumably you could make one, but I don't know if people have. I shouldn't say that. I know people have. I don't know if they've gotten popular. And I think that's what is kind of the mark of a game engine sometimes. Is like, it's not just proof of concept games. And I mean no disrespect when I say that stuff. I just mean things like Unity and Unreal. They've proven themselves. Has Phaser done the same? And maybe it has. Yeah. This is kind of too fast. Well, we're going to try it out. We're going to see what it's like. Remember, this only happened when you have messed up an email address. And part of the reason why this is happening is because there are lots of people who type in their email wrong, and I don't think they ever notice it. Is the suggestion never displayed? I don't think it would be. I don't know. I got a yarn. I don't know how many people would do that, though. That's like pouring milk first and then putting cereal on top. People just shouldn't do that. That's a good point, Kaizen. I'm not saying, I'm not saying that Phaser can't be used for it. And I know people have made games. I just want to know, has anyone made a successful game? Like something that's making money or that's sold or... I guess the best example I've got, and it's not like I'm making much of a point here, but RPG Maker is another game engine, and people have used it a lot. Like a lot. But if you don't heavily customize it, all the games end up looking the same that you make from it. So I don't know how many successful games have been made from RPG Maker either. Best way to eat Frosted Flakes. Do I still respect Raimu? That's what I'm trying to determine right now. Eat his cereal dry and then drink milk after each bite. Didn't this happen in that movie Get Out? That girl was eating Fruit Loops and she was just eating Fruit Loops and then drinking milk? Or what happened? Something like that. Yeah. Alright, there. Finally got done. Now let's go try it out. Totally, Luke. Yeah. I'm not trying to force my definition of success on other people. I guess what I'm getting at is, I don't know if a game engine should be used unless it's proven itself. And I think for a game engine to prove itself, there needs to be like a few fun games made from it that work well and perform well. That's my general take. So I'm not trying to cast any judgments on like, should you do this thing or not. I started using Phaser. I didn't like it enough to keep using it, so I switched away from it. Could I have still used it? Probably I could have found some way. My overall point, I guess, is that if you're using a new enough or unproven game engine, you might run into something where you're like, oh man, I really wish they'd coded this, but they haven't, and maybe they never will. Okay, so this was when you're typing an email address, so we find this over here, and we type something like a@g. That's a little strange. Check. So let's try something like bob@gamel.com. Nice, and I'll change it, yeah. Hey, Wally. So we'll try some things over here too. Let's try bob@yahoo.com. Yeah, I think this stuff will be good. What if I just type that? Or Gmail? So it doesn't correct it for something like that. Okay, well anyway, I think just having this be here at all is kind of nice. Because people can decide what they want. When the focus of the input field goes out, that's better. I'm not super concerned about... Can I send it the pop-up? Yeah, I'm not super concerned about the UX or anything. I guess what I just was wondering is it going to catch everything that I kind of wanted it to? Like if I type a URL that it doesn't know, yeah, it's going to do weird things. And then the user can just ignore it. They can even turn this off. Yeah. So let's check my bounced emails and let's see what the newest ones were and see if this would catch it. This one's fine. This one's fine. Gmail.pl. I'm guessing that's fine too. Yeah, so this one typed to this. And that doesn't show anything. I don't know how they did that. They must have a keyboard where that's close to the period, maybe. Yeah. But yeah, that doesn't show anything. Well, okay, so some mistakes would still get through, but hopefully some of them would be corrected. Like I said, there were tons of people typing in gamble.com, and if they'd only seen a dialogue like this, they might have been like, oh, whoa, good thing I caught that. And the only real danger here is that if you don't verify your email address, then if you ever forget your password, you're just locked out of your account. And yeah, I don't want that to happen to people. Hey, Daya, have you considered Auth0 for authentication? So I haven't considered using a library for anything yet. I will probably add OAuth logins in a couple weeks. Yeah, I'm thinking the week of the 21st. I'll either do that or something else I wanted to do. But anyway, I might take a look at that. Hey, Jack. The email's probably invalid. Oh, interesting, Cyber yeah. Thought it was just for another country's Gmail version. Okay, let's look through the code. Yeah, we'll do Raimu. Thank you. Because right now I haven't really done any research, so I'm not sure how this would look from a design perspective. So I got to figure that out. We have the UX, thankfully, and then the legal requirement. People have told me that if you have OAuth for any platform and you're also on iOS, then you need OAuth for Apple. Apparently, this is the legal requirement from Apple. Like legal, I mean, it's their terms of service, I guess. So that's fine. We'll just add one in for Apple, but yeah, I don't know which other platforms require you to do that too. Required for new apps and existing apps by next year or something. But that's only if you have OAuth at all, right? Or are they going to require that for all third-party account creation? Because one of the things I find a little bit unfortunate is that if you're a new developer, the amount of things you have to do nowadays is way more than what you had to do even 5 years ago. And more than, let's say, 20 years ago or something. Actually, no, maybe it got less since then. But things like that, supporting OAuth, it's like, okay, it might not take a very long time, but that's probably, let's just say like a week. Someone's got to now devote and just extend their project by a week. Supporting GDPR, that's going to take you another probably few weeks. I mean, even if you build this stuff in from the beginning, there are certain features that you don't build in from the beginning, like changing a username. That's not just built in, you need UX for that. Okay, so email input is now encapsulated in its own thing. Known domains should be validated. Setting this property will erase default domains. Defines it suggestion should be provided immediately on each user change. Okay, so we gotta make there it is. If suggestions should be provided immediately on each user change or only when the input loses focus. Callback called when email suggestions accepted. Known second level domains that should be validated. Setting this property will erase default second level domains. Yep. Same thing with top level. And all undocumented login input props as any unknown props will be passed down to a login input component. Okay. Sounds good. Hey Simons, yeah, check out what JWL linked in there for new. Only social login? I see. Yeah, so part of the reason I know Auth0 is not OAuth. Part of the reason I mention that is because I have custom authentication stuff written right now, and that's what Auth0 would have been used for. Auth0 can also, as far as I know, be used for OAuth. So when I get to OAuth, I might be like, well, maybe time to look in Auth0. That was my train of thought, at least. I don't know how much that makes sense. Create a new instance of the component. Yep. And acknowledge email suggestion. Defines if the input is focused or not. Email suggestion based on the current value. Complete email address suggested will be accessible in a full property on the object. That's good. Yep. Transforms the tooltip so that its arrow is right aligned, which will render better in a form. Arrow element, nice, yeah. Triggered after an email verification. This is all looking good so far. Yeah, let me just pass things off to MailCheck. Now, what I don't understand... Oh, there's an event for when it's done. There must be. Otherwise, how could this work? How does this work? Verify. Yeah, let's go take a look. So run suggested, here it is, on email verification and empty. Got it. So there are callbacks, but you pass them in. I thought it was a different structure. That makes sense. On focus. Triggered when the input is blurred. Yep. Defines if the tooltip should be visible or not. Sure. Remembers the last suggestion the user accepted or ignored. Okay. Let's take a look at that. An acknowledged email suggestion. We should probably keep track of, like, this is the last thing that the user, the last suggestion that the user interacted with, either by rejecting or accepting it. I think that might be a little bit clearer. Component will receive props. Oh no, what I was wondering more about is MailCheck has run here, but there was no return value. So there must have been some way to get it back into this component. But there are these callbacks, and they call set state. And that's what I was wondering about. Because, yeah. Triggered when a suggestion is accepted by a user. Yep. Triggered when a suggestion is ignored by the user. I don't want to say ignored. I want to say rejected. Unless MailCheck calls it ignoring. Do they? No, they wouldn't, because they don't have that UX. Okay, yeah, let's change this. Let's click on click reject suggestion. Reject it. There we go. Yeah, refining the default values I think would be good once we see what impact this has. So I would say that email bounces are generally a few different causes. One is a user typing their mail incorrectly in a way that we could never detect. So for example, Adam13531 versus Adam13532. There's no way to know what your username really was. And two was a user mistyping the domain in correctable ways, like, well, I guess we could say like gamel.com instead of gmail.com. And what else? I guess kind of 2B here would be like a user omitting some information from the domain. This is sort of the same thing, like Gmail instead of gmail.com. So yeah, if we cut down on 2 and 2B enough, to the point where I can just check, okay, which bounces are we still getting, then I think we should be fine. Hey, Senior Dead. All right, so we're gonna go still try this out. I just changed a bunch of names. It would be negligent if I didn't test this out. Let's see if there's anything else here though. Accept, set login type values. Yep, sounds good. This is also good. And then we have some, yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna look through that. So we go to sign up and we type adam@gaml.com. Actually, let's try that. So that did not pop up a suggestion. This one did. Yeah. So we'll reject it and we won't get another pop-up for that until we change it. And then we can change it here. But then actually it won't change it a second time. Okay. Looking good. We'll check this in as just like clean up wording. Okay. Done. So git push Hideo as soon as this is finished. There we go. Then stop Circle CI from running it. There we go. Took a while. And then we can just go accept this. Cool. Can't stand when I do gmail.com. I hope that one actually works. Yeah, okay, good. Yeah. So what they're supposed to do, like the ideal way of checking this is you ensure that there's an @ symbol. It's apparently the only required thing for an email address. So you need to have like /w, well anyway, there's a bunch of, whatever. So there's that. Then you should ideally be checking the MX records of the host. So for example, does gmail.com even have an MX record? And then you try sending. And if it doesn't work, you keep track of which ones didn't work. Can't you use something like skip CI? Yeah, there's a way to skip. I always just manually did it. Yeah. Try a sentence below the field and there's a suggestion, but yeah. Yeah, I think this way worked pretty well. Hey, Enrique. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy with that. Now we have to update the pin command. What does the pin command say right now? Okay, so yeah, let's update this just because it could be made clearer. So if you're going to use the botland site play.bot.land, and I've got to put spaces because of how Twitch parses URLs. If you're gonna use the botland site from your mobile device, Adam suggests pinning it to your home screen so that the browser's address bar doesn't show. Alternatively, there's now a full screen button for Android and iPad. And it's not iPhone, right? Because it doesn't support it. Now, when I say there is now a full screen button, it's technically not now. It's going to be like 5 hours from now, but whatever. Hopefully no one uses that command in the next 5 hours and they're like, what are you talking about, Adam? Don't you do it. Don't you do it, chat. Not iPhone, okay. Yeah, the roof was falling down. I got a picture yesterday. I looked outside and the roof of my neighbor's place was missing. Let me see if I can show you guys. Where is the picture I took? Here it is. Google Photos. You see that? There's no roof on that house. Didn't change? Oh, whoops. I added the if command. Thank you, guys. Hey, Krasner. What did I do to that roof? I thought I was like fixing it. Oh man, it's like non-stop noise though. And I'm nearly positive that they said, oh yeah, the times that we're gonna do this is gonna be like either 8:30 or 9 until I think 5 or 6. And it was 8:30 p.m. last night when the noises finally stopped. And I was like, okay, I didn't think I'd be going crazy, but I'm starting to go crazy. All natural airflow. Morbius, it actually went down to 37 degrees yesterday. I finally took out a scarf for once. It's the first time this year. Well, first time this season. Okay, so we're done with all this. Now I want to assign a new task to Hideo. That would probably work, Hideo, and then we'll see who's laughing. So we'll say allow calling REST API from Circle CI. Okay. So what I want to do is let's go find the Circle CI folder. There. Do you not like active noise canceling? So I have noise canceling headphones, but there's still like you can still hear those sounds. It's very hard to completely block them. Yeah, President, I feel like it's almost the same here. There was a project that had just finished south of us, but close enough where we could hear it all the time. And now that's done, and now there's more work, and then it's just gonna keep happening. I shouldn't keep complaining about it. So what I want to be able to do is, I think I wrote this down somewhere. Automate deploy. Where is this? Deploy improvements. Do I have this written somewhere? I know I wrote it somewhere. I just don't know where. Ah, here it is. Need to automate more aspects of it. News, shared variables, etc. Deploy improvements. I could automate the part about waiting for servers to be stable or healthy. But at the least, I could just add a manual hold that would call set shared variables to automatically use the current client version. Yeah, that would be nice. That'd be really nice. I think the first thing I want to do is set shared variables. Let me think about this. Well, let's just look at my deploy notes. Let's just see what I have to do right now. So some of this is before doing anything, I post a news item. This I actually like being able to customize, so I don't mind manually doing this. This process isn't too bad. Then update the change log. Yeah, that has to kind of be manual too. I like sort everything and pick a priority. Then push the branch, wait for CI. That's all pretty good. Merge, and then this is where we do these things. This I don't want to have to do. This should come from app build deploy, I guess. Make sure they're not exposed to the public first. Post shared variables with exposed to public false. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. What OS is on the server? It's probably like Alpine Linux, because it's all running in Docker containers. Yeah, Cymaster. I don't think I could ever live in New York City. So where do I want to put this? I want this in app build deploy right before the end. Where is app build deploy? There it is. So we do this right before Terraform app service apply. Okay. So right now I have the app build deploy workflow. Well, we have in config.yaml for Circle CI. It builds each service, deploys each service to ECR, then starts new containers with the deployed images. Deploys each image to ECR, then starts new containers with deployed images. Right before starting the containers, I'd like to call into some admin REST APIs to stop exposing the servers to the public and to stop sending emails on errors. That way we don't get, well, that way I don't get spammed with critical error, no matchmakers found, when it's expected not to have them during a new deploy. Yeah. Hey, Boca. Can't order the new Microsoft ergonomic keyboard in my country yet. You can't order them, I think, anywhere in the world yet. They don't launch until the 15th. So I'm going to wait until then and then try it out, see if I can get one. And hopefully it's nice, because this keyboard's probably had it by now. Just years of abuse. Okay, so what do I need to do here? We need to be able to call into that. This task is to make a way for me to be able to call into something like post shared variables with all of the right parameters from a workflow. How often do I clean it? Not very frequently, but I don't really care about extending the longevity of this particular keyboard. I've already made up my mind to get a new one. Also, there's like other signs of wear now at this point that are really hard to fix. So even like the wrist pad here, you can see this kind of flaking off. There are the rubber feet on the bottom of the keyboard that have, some of them are just missing. So the keyboard slides around a lot more than normal. Oh yeah, sorry, I'm Perry. He captained the doors. So right now we have app build deploy. It builds each service's Docker image, deploys each image to ECR, then starts new containers with deployed images. Right before starting the containers, I'd like to call into some admin REST APIs to stop exposing the server and stop sending emails. The task is to make a way for me to call into those APIs. It's not to actually call anything. I can set that part up myself, including the change in workflow. This may be incredibly simple. I don't mind if it's just a parameterized curl script. Okay. So you want an example, basically? Yeah. Or if it is a script, then the script, I guess. Because what I was thinking is we have, it could be something like, I don't know. Yeah, I guess just an example. maybe this is too basic. But I was thinking this morning that would help me out, because right now what I do is I have to like stick around for a deploy. I'll still need to do some other things too, but at least this will help for automating it. All right, so we got triage and we got the priority system that I could try to fix. I think let's try to fix the priority system. Yeah. Let's see how hard it would be to do that at least. Maybe it won't be too bad. So we'll do get checkout master, get pull, then we gotta go find whatever launch thing we left off on. There, so we switched to a new branch, and now fixing the priority system is where we're gonna take a look at. And I already did this. Okay. So what did I write down here? The matchmaker's priority system seems to be working, but it starts matches regardless of ranked versus unranked, making it hard for players to get experience at level 0. What's more is that all matches that guest start are unranked, so new players are sort of unnecessarily removing priority from players who should still have it. Maybe I should tweak it so that priority can only be considered for ranked matches, but I need to make sure that guests don't go through the system somehow. Also, I should probably up the priority time to 8 hours. And maybe everyone who starts in the matchmaker is considered to have priority. Yeah, these are all good suggestions. I think the very first thing we need to do, though, is have it only be considered for ranked matches. Are those APIs public? No, they are not. These APIs are things like turn off the servers, stop sending emails, enable payments, Those are the kinds of APIs we're talking about. I didn't merge the last PR. Oh, thank you. Did I make any changes to the PR? Oh, drat, I did. Wait, no, I already pushed that change though. But yeah, I never merged it. Okay. Thank you. I probably would have realized that at some point. Who knows when, but at some point for sure. Okay, so now that we're on this branch that has a little bit of everything, I need to do this. We'll probably stop that. And I'll just say like sleep 60 and run. There. And that way it'll just kick itself off. And that'll let us just focus on this. So let's go look at how the priority system is now. Where does this come from? Matchmaker.js? So this is only called from one spot, I believe. Yeah, here it is. And do we have anything about ranking in here? Player skill, attack skill. We don't. Oh man. So the only way for this to work is if there are a couple things. We could have it be a parameter for allow priority match, and we could have a parameter for disallow priority match. What should I do right now? Take care, Leftist. I hope it's a great spell. Yeah, I think the account server has to tell the matchmaker that a match can't be priority. So let's think about the design for a second. Have the account server tell the matchmaker that a match cannot have priority. And then if the account server determines that the match will be unranked, then send that boolean as true. Hey, Gret. I'm trying to think of how your name is supposed to be. Is it Gretel? I wouldn't expect a 7 to be an L. But yeah, do let me know. Yeah, matchmaker. Every time I used to talk about the matchmaker, that's what I think of. Old fiddler on the roof. It is Gretel. That's what I would think, but I haven't ever seen a 7 as an L. I've seen it as a T. In Arabic, it's an H. And it's kind of an upside down L. But yeah. Ah, okay, cool, Gretel. Yeah, alright, I'll call you Gretel. Okay, I guess that's it. I guess we just do this and everything would be fine. We'll just need to take a look at the server side of things. Hey, Andrina. So is a ranked match. Where do we call into the matchmaker? Find opponent for player. Here it is. User ID. User wants a ranked match. Pass in the right skills. And we know the user wants a ranked match, right? But what if they're a guest? What happens then? Oh, we downgrade it? Oh my god. Oh. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Oh, there are a bunch of things that could be a ranked match. Hey, Andreas. I see, Gretel. Enhanced version. Yeah, I can change this, and I don't think it's too tough, and I think this is probably pretty important. But I'm just not positive I'm going to do it correctly. But yeah, let's go try this. Let's start. So find opponent for player. We're going to say is ranked. And we need to be very careful about how we describe these things. This is if the attacker wanted a ranked match. There's no guarantee that we end up being able to fulfill all of the requirements for it to stay as a ranked match. But the matchmaker only knows some of those requirements. Yeah, it says here. The account server is what has the final say. I hope that makes any sense to me in the future. So now we have his ranked. Now we need to take that in on the rest server before we pass that off to find opponent for player. So where do we get any other Boolean? Are there no Booleans here? Okay. Oh wait, yeah, there's one. So is ranked there. And it has to work like force random match. Yep. So we just put this here. Okay, now the server needs to pass that in. So we'll say like is ranked match. Can't really do that though, can we? User wants ranked match, there's that. But that's not everything. I need to make another change too. So find opponent for player takes that in and it calls off to that. Now user wants ranked match is not the same as is ranked. So I guess let's just take this in as is ranked. There. Okay. So now we just need this to be correct. This is based on what the client tells us. The client does not know the whole story. This needs to be changed here. So we'll say matchmaker thinks match should be ranked. I don't know. So the user has to want a ranked match and the user can't be a guest. And then we plop this in here. Hey, Define Evil. And thank you. He got you there, and Perry. He got you there. Out of curiosity, how many of you watch Terminal Montage on YouTube? So the matchmaker needs to know whether... Maybe we should just change this to is a priority match allowed? And not necessarily is ranked. I'm not sure. Terminal Montage. Let me link to their channel. I'm guessing not many people. It's somewhat loud and bombastic video game related animations that are intended for comedy. I like some of them. Other ones I think it's like good animation, but it's a little bit childish. But they released a Kirby one and King Dedede had this like giant hammer in it. I mean, you know what I'm about to. I think it's pretty good. There was a Super Mario World one or Yoshi's Island one that I think is probably my favorite one. Whether a priority match should be possible. So the question was still this. The account server knows whether the user should be ranked versus unranked. The matchmaker only really cares about priority versus no priority. So I probably shouldn't have phrased it this way, huh? Ranked matches allow for priority. Yeah, I think we should change this. So allow priority match. Only ranked matches should allow the priority system. user wants a ranked match versus whether something is a ranked match. Player force random match. Yeah. This should be done somewhere else. Where does force random match come from though? Here, if the season hasn't started. Okay, yeah, let's change this. So is a ranked match, and what don't we have now? We don't have this, and we possibly don't have this. Yeah, let's change that too. Okay, your fake hammer. All right, this isn't too bad. So allow priority match is going to be just this essentially. Yeah, perfect. So now we have allow priority match. I gotta change the name of all these things too. And then when we get down to here, a ranked match is a ranked match if this is true and we couldn't find a valid player. Wait a second, what's this? Couldn't find valid player. No, this isn't even needed anymore now. There's just this that we get rid of. Oh my god. So difficult. Is this what gets you through the day, M. Perry? The M. Perry wife fanfiction? Alright, I gotta put these on. I'm sorry. This is getting to be too much. I won't actually be listening to anything, but those noises. Oh. Alright, so we're actually never changing this, because now there's an error in the case that this won't happen. Yeah, I think I did it. So let's go change the is ranked to allow priority match. Good. And then over here, I guess the same thing. This is typically true if the attacker wants a ranked match. That way we only pull from priority players when it matters. No, that's silly. Let's just say if true, we'll consider the priority system. And I'll say this is typically true when an attacker wants a ranked match. Okay. Well, at least I don't know if the noises actually stopped or if the headphones are helping. So now we need to use this still. I haven't gotten there yet. Allow priority match is still first. There we go. And now we just put this over here. So if allow priority match, and you haven't done too many. So why does the matchmaker decide this, I wonder? Yeah, this doesn't make any sense, does it? Now the matchmaker shouldn't do this. It doesn't really matter which server does it. Okay, so here's what I was thinking. The account server fetches num priority matches from the database. The account server tells the matchmaker whether another priority match is allowed, and the matchmaker checks num priority matches to see if they're really allowed. It doesn't make sense for these two things to happen on different servers. The account server could just check, is this number less than 5? If so, then just tell the matchmaker it's not allowed. I'm yelling. I probably am yelling. You guys love to turn me down. Actually, do let me know if I should turn my mic down, because it is hard for me to hear my own voice right now. I'll just whisper everything I say. Yeah, I'm going to change this logic. So So that's on the... It's on the account server. The only question is, where does it happen from? Oh, it was already fetched at this point. Okay, yeah, let's get rid of it. So non-priority matches is less than 5. Good. Get rid of this. Treating all the priority matches, otherwise I have that experience with the matchmaker. Yep, that's here. Also, we want to make sure this. Just trigger all priority matches, otherwise I'll probably have a bad experience with the matchmaker. So we cap the number here. Okay. So now non-priority matches is gone, so we delete this. And then anywhere else that it was used, like right here. Good. And yeah, I think that's it. Cool. Yeah. Cool. And that's it. I think we're pretty good there. Looks a lot like Realm of the Mad God. Yeah, I think they're the same graphics. They're all made by this Oryx Design Labs. And then I don't know if Oryx worked specifically with Realm of the Mad God, but where is it? These. Yeah, but there were more sprites than what they offer here. So you can, I mean, I guess you can kind of see this. You need to like way zoom in. So yeah, I licensed those for Ophog, and the license is like a lifetime license. It's not per product. So I just started throwing them in everything. But yeah, I never actually released any of the other Botland ones. The Chrome theme, if you're talking about like the top bar, I don't know what that is. But if you're talking about, maybe you're talking about Dark Reader actually. Yeah, the top bar, yeah, I don't know what theme it is. If you let me know how to check, I could look it up and I could tell you. So I think we're good. I think I got this working. We need to test this out, of course. Let's look through the changes. So allow priority match is now a thing and none priority matches is not. That is fine. So this is now can start according to ranked. Yeah. Am I happy with the first results? Yeah, I'd say so. Isn't it default by now? It might be. I'm not actually sure. Allow priority match. Looks good. Yep. This is all good. All right, so got to test it. That's it. So how about we start by just running all of the tests, and we'll just see what fails. And then I can also run some manual tests. Oh, did that already fail? Oh, darn it. Okay, let's go take a look. Hey Polly, hey Hotel Soap. What happens here? Invalid player IDs array.push is not a function. Oh, because of this. Every time we call find opponent for player, it's going to be busted. Oh, man. Well, false was specified before what this had to be. I don't know. Yeah, this is where things look a little bit tough. So what used to happen is the number of priority matches used to be the final thing that was in here. And now it is no longer there. Force random match, then we just never called anything else. What is this? No, this is the code I just modified. This is the code I have not modified. We had false at the end. So this is never even updated. So here, I guess, allow priority match, we just say true. That should hopefully work. Then all of these need to change. Okay. Force a random outcome at force random match is true. Sure. Oops. Gotta put a comma there. This one is pick defenders based on last match make time. Yep, so we'll put true there. That's fine. What is this? Should return a random player if no match was found. Yep, that's fine. Put true. Should specify a matchmaking algo with priority when important. Oh, this one definitely has to be true, and the 0 can be deleted. What is this? Should not choose via priority if the attacker's already done any priority matches. So we're going to say false here for once. And none priority matches done doesn't actually matter here. We'll just say allow priority match equals false. Put this here. Delete that. And then say should not choose via priority if allow priority match is false. Good. We're going to get there. We're going to get these tests to work. Should remove a player if they're no longer valid. Yep, that's fine. Should not call get player after giving up if a match was returned. Okay, sounds fine. Return null if there's no one actually saved in the matchmaker. And should pick each defender from, yep, that's fine too. I already did that one. Okay, I think that's all finished. That one's good, and these are all good too. Yeah, let's go try running it again. Please work, Tess. Please work. 54 passing. Nice. Nice. So I told you guys I'm going to be traveling to India at the end of this month, and I got my vaccinations yesterday. So I now have 3 Wonder Woman tattoos on my arm. They didn't give me a choice. Also, my arm was very sore yesterday. They said it would be sore for a day. Yeah, this will take some time to run. Let's go try some of the manual tests, maybe. From the blog post, if I need one. Yeah, get jabbed. We say in the US, getting shots. What would cause me to get there? What would cause me to get there is if I can no longer work on Botland any longer, which pretty much would mean that it's not profitable. Did I get a lollipop too? So they had a tub that was like this size filled with candy, and they were like the tiny candies, right? And I thought, I don't want to ask, but if she offers, I'll take one. But she never offered, so I didn't get a candy. You ask every time. The place I used to go to get a haircut had them too. I was a little bit bolder there. But no, I haven't. So are these just for kids, or I just scoop handfuls of candy out? The haircut is coffee? Oh wow, it sure is. I'm guessing these will all pass. So how do we test this now? We need to go try... We need to see how many players are in the matchmaker with priority. And I need to change this number probably. So it's 0. Oh, right, because of how the system works. How am I going to do this? Well, let's let the test finish, then I have an idea. Oh man, Preston. I'm sorry, I just find the idea funny of like You know, at some point there probably weren't instructions on like Pop Tarts, for example, on hey, here's how you heat them up in a toaster. But then people probably complain and they're like, I don't know how to make these warm. So then they put instructions on it. And it just makes me think that at some point that hair salon's going to end up with an advisory like, please do not have candy in your mouth while we're cutting your hair. And someone will just wonder, what story is behind that? Is there a reason for yarn? There was a big reason for yarn, and now there's a small reason for yarn. But I don't remember enough about this to be able to share. So we got to change how the priority system works, just temporarily. So we'll change this to 2000, and we'll change this to 1000. Resolution field and workspaces. Yeah, just a small reason, guys. They were right. And hey, let's. So this is not working because that thing crashed. And now it's back online. Okay, good. So we should have 2 priority players, I think. Yes, perfect. So now here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna... How do we test this? We're gonna do an unranked match and it should not find a priority player for us. But the only way to know that this is working is to have it be the right ratings. I know we have to do that. We have to change this to a lot. There. Now we can try that again. Yeah, I gotta say, Define Evil. Does anyone in chat know who Reggie Watts is? Reggie Watts is inspirational to me. So he's this guy, and he's done some stand-up comedy where it is almost entirely improv, and it's very musically focused, and even the music is improv. Now, whether you like Reggie Watts or not, this guy made a career out of something incredibly specific. And what this shows me is there are a lot of traditional career paths. There's comedian, there's improv comedian, there's musician, there's improv musician. He took such a laser focused specific path down all of that to find what worked for him. And that's what's inspirational to me. I started streaming, I started developing, and I did some sort of educational content, and I did some game development stuff, right? There is a laser focused path through all of these that leads to my backup career option. And I think that something like this might exist for everybody, but that it's incredibly difficult to figure out what that intersection is for all of your different interests are, and then what also makes money, and then what also you've had the time to explore a little bit. So I've had the time to explore all of these things in the last 4 years. And yeah, that's why I think it'd be a really good fit for me to do some edutainment Twitch show. Will I get the opportunity to do that? I don't know, maybe. And maybe it's just a part-time endeavor, but I think it'd be a lot of fun. And hey, Lam, yeah, check out the command that Angela used in coaching. I have not heard of Nest.js, no. So at this point, we will now have this working, I hope. So I'm going to go try to find an unranked match. We're going to hit start. Wait a second. I don't know if that worked correctly. Yeah, I don't know. I gotta figure something out. Where is it? Match colon. What's in this file? Here. I want to know if it found via priority or not. Matchmaking algo. Yeah, that should be included. There. Let's try that. Well, Define Evil, it wouldn't just be CS stuff. I've been planning out some topics, and I think they largely fit into CS, games, well, like game development, I guess it's kind of CS stuff, and then music, and then there's some like miscellaneous things. It's actually something I thought of this morning that I would add to that list. Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah. Anyway, got any small beginnerish pro projects for Python or C#? Whenever people ask about this, Sean, I always suggest to just pick anything you use already. So I don't know, maybe Twitter, maybe a text editor, maybe a like Facebook or something like that. Take any of these things and take out like one piece of it. So if it was Twitter, maybe you've got an ability of like you can tweet and it'll go to your followers. So you do some like really simple thing around that. There's no, I don't know, there's no like extra features, there's no security, there's no anything yet. Facebook, maybe it's like, hey, you can post an image album to the internet. You know, just take like that aspect of it. And those can be great projects that then you're interested in. Also, are you guys hearing that much louder than... Oh, you guys probably don't hear any of that actually. Let me take this off now and probably stop yelling. All right, so now we know whether we're computing priority matches or not. So when I forfeit this match and try a new one, it says random fallback because couldn't find valid players. True. It should have been unranked to begin with, though. And hey, Sarah. Yeah, I don't know what's happening exactly. Couldn't find valid player. Why would it not? Well, it's not priority at least. But why is this true if... Oh, because of invalid player IDs. I remember now. Okay. Yeah. So this is working. So now we just need to test this with a brand new person who has not played a match. So not Adam 2, but Adam 4. So we click attack unranked, and it finds it with best. Good. Now when we do attack ranked, it will find it with priority. Yes. Good. Okay, I think this is working. Now the thing I don't understand is this. Why is this happening? Player doesn't get priority for 2 seconds. That's why. Yeah, okay, I think everything's good. Nice. Yeah, I think what Moise is suggesting is a good idea too. If you have any sort of need in your life that is not being met by some software out there, or there's some very specific software, that can be a great way to learn. And I think this is how a lot of people get into game development, is with modding. So a lot of people go through Minecraft or through, what are other popular modded games? I guess WoW to some extent had like UI mods. Minecraft, I think, is like the most popular modded game now. That's what I think, at least. Yeah, Skyrim. Yeah. Yeah, so I think a lot of people start with those, and that gets them interested. And am I coding a game? Yeah, I'm coding a game. Yeah, and then once you can do that, it kind of proves to you that, wait a second, that wasn't too bad. Maybe I can tackle something bigger or more personalized. Yeah. So let's lint this. So this, I don't think I ever described the problem to you guys, but here's what the problem was. So originally, when I launched Botland, which was 2.5 weeks ago, we have the starting rating for players is 700. And you have a rating as both an attacker as a defender. So as an attacker and as a defender, this would be like one person. You both start at 700 for your ratings. Okay, great. That's all fine. So now imagine if they're different people. So now you have an attacker who wants to find a match. You're always going to get paired up against the person who is best. So if there was a 700 defender, that was exactly equal to your rating, so you get them. Well, what would happen is you'd have a bunch of defenders who just started out playing the game, so they all have 700. and one attacker starts and they attack somebody. So now they pick this one, let's say, and they win. So now this person goes down to 650 and this person goes up to like 750. This person will pretty much never get picked again, because any new attacker to join the game is going to have to go through all of these better ratings of 700 in order to bump them all down to 650 as well, so that those players can find matches. So what we did is we added a priority system. So now, after 5 hours of being here, you'd be 650 star. And the star would pretty much mean like, hey, you should probably choose me even if you're not the best match. So now a new player would start the game, and they'd have a rating of 700, and instead of finding the best match, we'd be like, well, this player hasn't had one in a while, let's go with them. So now we remove the star, and maybe they get bumped even further down. This player goes up to like 725 or something like that. And cool, now another 5 hours passes, they get priority again. So this worked fine, except that there was a problem, which is that you don't have to play ranked matches. So a player would come in and there'd be this system where they have priority and they'd try an unranked match, and we'd be like, okay, cool, yeah, we can put you against this player because they haven't had a match in a while. Well, if it's an unranked match, they don't get experience. So they don't really get a chance to level up their defense, which means they'll just keep losing. And if they keep losing and they can never get experience, then they'll just be stuck there playing unranked matches forever. So we changed that. Now priority is only used on ranked. Oh yeah, that's true too. Yeah, I forgot. StarCraft, StarCraft 2, and Warcraft 3, they all had map editors. And I guess you could kind of consider those mods. Those are actually pretty popular too. I wasn't thinking of like officially supported mods. Okay, yeah, so I think we're good with this. Now there were some other things I wanted to change potentially, but let's do those in future commits if I want to do those. So we'll just go clean this up right now. We have the difference equals this. Yeah, I have the music command. I don't have a song request command. There were two other things. It was the number 2000. This needs to be set back to whatever it was. Right there. And this other one was the number 1000. Right there. So we set this back. And now we can just look through the changes. So let's see what we did. Allow priority match. So the account server now tells the matchmaker whether a priority match is allowed, rather than sending the number of priority matches done and letting the matchmaker figure it out. I don't know why that didn't work. There we go. What else did we do? I fixed up the tests. I changed this logic around a little bit. Oh yeah. So only allow priority matches for ranked games. Previously we were allowing them for all games, so it was possible. Well, I should say for unranked games too. There are only two kinds of games. And since guests can only do unranked games, it meant that a lot of low rating defenders were spending their priority on unranked matches, meaning they would never get ranked matches, meaning they would never get experience. This left lots of defenders stuck at level 0 for longer than they should have been. Yeah. Yeah, this is a really good change. And there are some other changes we can maybe do as part of this. But I think every time we can improve the matchmaker, it means that new players are going to have a better experience. The goal, just FYI, was for you to spend like an hour at level 0. And the reality is that I think some players have been spending a week or more at level 0. And I'm okay with that original idea of an hour going up to a day. That's fine. I don't mind if you're at the first day you play the game, you're at level 0. But I don't think you should be there longer than a day. Where a bug that causes all your bots idle after a while until the max game time is hit. I am not aware of bugs around that, Audric. If you don't mind describing it a little bit more or filing it through the game, actually, that'd be best. And if you are going to file it through the game, make sure to include scripts and like a situation where it's been happening and as many details as you can. don't really understand what levels are about. Levels were a way to introduce variety into the game and complexity into the game. So it's all kind of summed up in this file. At level 0, you have a very small arena, 11 by 7, and you have very few bots that are allowed. So the total match can include at any given time just 5 bots, because you have 3 of the defender and you have 2 for the attacker. At the highest level, the arena is huge. It is 19 by 13, and the total number of bots at any given time is 25. When there are 25 bots, there's a lot of things that can be happening on the screen at a time. And so it's a little bit harder for attackers. It's a little bit more fun for defenders to come up with these grander strategies. So that was the idea behind it. Hey, Edie. Yeah, you've been playing for 2 weeks in your level 0. Yeah, that should hopefully change after today. Yeah. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be perfect, but I think every step that I take here is a step in the right direction. So if it's not perfect, we might take another stab at whatever the problem is. But at this point, the only problems that I see would be like tweaking exact numbers here. So for example, every 5 hours is when I give priority. Maybe that needs to be every 3 hours. Maybe it needs to be 8. Maybe it needs to be based on how frequently you attack. I don't know. Those are things that can be figured out. But I don't think those are like major systemic issues. Whereas this one was. This was a big problem. Yeah, this stuff looks fine. Was launch successful? I think it was pretty good, gens. You can read more about it in the blog post there. Did file it through the game, but at the time it only happened to me 3 times. I didn't have much info. Now it's happened 15 to 20. You almost always lose when it happens. Yeah, so just to give you some background behind what's going on here, there's a very complex system for timeouts. There's a concept of a turn timeout. There's a concept of an entire game timeout. The turn timeout is pretty straightforward. I think it's like 50 milliseconds. If any bot spends this long executing, you're like guaranteed to lose the game. It's something like that. And that bot is going to die for sure. So this can be avoided by not doing anything stupid, I guess. I don't know. Like if you make an infinite loop, you're going to hit this and that's it. Like, but that makes sense that it would happen. If you're just doing normal botland stuff, it shouldn't happen. Then the game timeout is a little bit harder. There's this concept of a soft timeout and a hard timeout. The soft timeout is this threshold of, I don't even know what, maybe let's say like 600 milliseconds. Like I said, very complex rule, so it's more than this. And then the hard timeout might be something like 900 milliseconds. So when each player hits the soft timeout, the game ends. When any player hits the hard timeout, they no longer get execution time. So what's probably happening is you're hitting this hard timeout or you're hitting the turn timeout. And neither of these should be happening unless your scripts are doing something that I don't know, actually. Unless they're like super broken. And maybe they are. I've had people actually say like, hey, my bot stopped moving, and it turned out that they had a function like this where they had some like, if it wasn't exactly a % chance for this to happen, but they do something like that. And then there was a case where they have infinite recursion now. Maybe not even a % chance. Maybe they had just like some condition that is rarely true. There. And now they just iterate forever, and that kills all their bots. So that's the first thing I would check for. And then I would have to look through some pretty deep investigations actually to figure out what else is going on. That happens to you all the time too. Yeah, there are some other issues that could be causing this. But I need to investigate. Okay, let's check this in. Where did my commit message go? Here it is. So we'll say wrap at line 72. There we go. Yeah, a lot of people are not actually familiar with the halting problem, but here it is. Okay, good. Will those trigger the error code code timeout. This happens to me sometimes. I don't remember the error codes exactly. I would need to look into this a little bit more. Fairly certain it happens on multiple scripts and it happens late in the game usually. Yeah, I would need to investigate. But if you have any script where it's happening, you could send me that script and I could take a look. The goal is not for players to feel restricted by the amount of time that they have available to them. Alright, we're done with this, right? No, wait, no. What am I doing? I wrote a whole bunch of suggestions. Happens to all your bots. Yeah, that's the hard timeout being hit. Yeah. Yeah, the hard timeout means that every single one of your bots just stops. Hey, Jackie. Yeah, the goal was to just cut out as much friction as possible for people being able to play. So if you wanted to, if anyone's watching the stream and was like, I want to play Botland, go to Botland. You can hit play in browser now. You can click sign up as guest and you're done. You're in the game. You don't need to provide an email address. You don't need to download anything. Hey, Kaiman. They changed my chair. No, I didn't change the chair, Clears. Maybe I should tweak it so the priority can be considered for ranked matches. So that's done. You need to make it so the guests don't go through that system. That is also done. Although I really should have tested that. So let's go test that right now. So do we still have that old matchmaker? Yes, we do. Good, that's fine. So we're gonna say guest account, play as guest, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then go find a ranked match, which isn't even possible. And what happened? Good, use best, not priority. Perfect. Whew. Be surprised if it was some logic error. I don't think it would be a logic error necessarily. But yeah, I would need to see that. It'll probably be very tough. It'll definitely be tough. And I have some ideas on how I could fix it. Let me take a look at something really fast, actually. Let me make sure it's not just the game server being on fire. I should be able to check this quickly, and I can even maybe show you guys. Okay, I'm clicking game server, I'm going to metrics, and CPU utilization. So here's the CPU utilization of the game server over the last, what? 723 minutes. How did I pick that number? Oh yeah, why? I don't know, whatever, let's just pick a day. And 3 days. So we are looking right now at what, the average? Yeah, the average CPU time over a period of 5 minutes. We could do this over a period of 1 minute, I think. And we can see there are very few spikes where that might get caused. Or might cause your issue. This one went up to 26. I think that's fine. We can look at maximum. Maximum should be hitting 100%. It's actually not. I don't know what's doing that. I don't know how that's possible. I feel like it should be. Yeah, maybe something's going on here. No, oh, I know what this is. Oh man. Okay. What's happening? I remember looking into this a long time ago. The minimum resolution you can use for this, I think, is 1 minute. And the way that Botland games work is they take maybe 1 second. And so if a certain number of games are being played every minute, then we would have a utilization of 100%. But that's not how it works. The number of games played per minute is currently 1.4. So that means that there's roughly 1.4 seconds every minute where we're at 100% CPU. And it just doesn't ever register here. So 1.4 seconds yeah, we end up seeing something like this where it's at like 10%. And I think the reason why is because there's some baseline for CPU usage, which is apparently about 1%. And then yeah, it jumps up based on people playing games. Yeah, if it's a 1% chance of it happening, then that means that I could probably just assign more time per bot. There are a lot of very weird timing attacks that can happen, which would be really bad for bot land. So I'll have to investigate that. But if you filed something through the game, I'll take a look. If it's not happening super frequently, then I would say that I'm sorry, but it's probably just going to be a bug for another little bit until I get a chance to investigate off stream. So change the priority time, and maybe everyone who starts in the matchmaker is considered to have priority. I like that idea. That means that whenever I restart the matchmaker, that we're working from that sort of 0. So start everyone in the matchmaker with priority. I'm not sure how we'll do that. I think we just call cache priority. No, wait, we can't do that. Yeah, no, we definitely can't do that. Because the priority time is based on this number of milliseconds before getting priority. So we'd have to call cache with this set to 0. I guess that's possible. But that means that we need the players first. We don't have those. Yeah, Audrey, I know about that. Yeah. I'm sorry that that's been your experience so far. It's a goal to fix as many of these things as possible. It's just, there's so many issues. Yeah, and there's still more getting filed every day. But I think it's stemming a bit. How do you best share Blockly? Not even sure whether you can transfer back if you go to JS. So check this out. Whenever you... Oh, I gotta be on a real account. Hang on a sec. Whenever you want to share a script as Blockly, you can do this. You can hit the code block at the top, then copy it into something like bpaste, and then just click the block button again, and your script is there. The only time this wouldn't work is if you exited this screen before switching. So for example, if I switch to code and then I exit out of here by choosing update, when I go back into that script, the blocks are gone. So as long as you just go right from here over to here, copy, you can go right back if you want. You won't have lost anything. Alternatively, just don't save anything. You can just hit refresh and then just say reload, and your changes won't be saved. So that's a good way to share your scripts. So how are we going to do this? The matchmaker, when it starts up, fetches things from the account server somehow. I don't remember where though. Where does it do this? Account server REST client. Get all valid defenders. Here it is. Realize matchmaking players. Add all players. Set has populated. Replicate to secondary. Yeah, and then we need to do this dot matchmaker dot cache all initial players. Cache all initial priority players. All right, so caches all players. Cache all. How should I say this? Cache all players as priority players. Yeah, that's a better way to write this. So caches all players as though they have priority. This is done when starting up the matchmaker, so that we don't have to wait until this much time has passed. Hey Thomas, it's going well. I don't know if I already shared this with you, but there's a blog post in the today command at the bottom that I highly suggest reading for pretty much everybody. I would say even if you're not really interested in game development, it's a decent enough story of how things have gone, I think. So the way we'll do this is we'll set old num ms before getting priority equals this, and then this equals old, and in between we call cache priority players. That's it. That's the whole function. Typo in the comment. Oop. Yeah. Thanks, Alyssa. So caches all players as though they have priority. This is done when starting at the matchmaker, so that we don't have to wait until this much time has passed. Should I say anything else about this? The logic behind even making this function in the first place is that players who were valid defenders at the matchmaker's startup time are, I don't know. So ideally, we would only be prioritizing the ones that haven't been attacked in a while. But this is a nice little boost to anyone who was already a valid defender when the matchmaker starts up. Yeah. Well, as usual, eventually you do get to fixing more than you end up creating. So in general, I would say that development is classified as coding and then stabilization. And so as you code, you're becoming more unstable, and as you stabilize, you're cutting down on your number of bugs. So you're usually, one developer is typically only doing one of these at a time. You'll have like phases where you're coding and then phases where you're stabilizing. And there are ways you can cut down on how long stabilization needs to be. But in general, we're in a stabilization phase right now. So we will eventually get, I don't know, to a point where new players aren't having a bad time, I hope. So let's go try this out. Maybe I should put a logger.info. No, I think this happens automatically. Let's try it. Let's just hit run and see what happens. No, that didn't work. Oh, whoops. Oh, I know I forgot something. 0. No. Okay. Yes, there is a plan on making player profiles. Okay, here it is. Took 0 milliseconds to compute 3 priority players. Good. So now this is probably going to break the test. Let's go try. I'm pretty sure it will because I think we don't expect there to be start. I don't think we have players. No, it won't break the test because I only call this function from this line of code right here and nowhere else. Yeah, so it won't break them. Yeah, so player profiles I'd like to do. I think that it's a cool idea. I think it's technically doable. The UX would probably be a little bit tough to figure out. But I don't know what impact it would have exactly. This is not test-driven development. Test-driven development would have been writing a test before even writing this API and making sure that the test fails, and then I write the API and then it should succeed. So yeah, we'll do that too. Okay. Oh, thanks, Hurtful, yeah. I'm glad. Because yeah, I spent a lot of time on that. Alright, nice. So we'll say start all players in the matchmaker with priority. So previously, so players are still given priority when they haven't been attacked in 5 hours. But that meant that after the matchmaker was restarted, no one would have priority, since 5 hours wouldn't have elapsed yet. This only really affects deployments of new versions, since that's the only time the matchmaker is ever restarted. Which is what, once every like 4 days or something? So it's not like this is very common. Where is the change log? If I just search for 2019, we'll find all the last changes. So since launch, there's what, 3 days, like 4 days, 3 days, 5 days, and then we're gonna deploy today, so 2 days. So yeah, they're pretty frequent right now, but even like back then you can see only 2 in August, only 5 in July. Which was probably only once per week at most. I'll just put a question mark there. It doesn't really matter if this is exact. Player profile would make it more competitive if you could show off your rank. So the ranking being shown off is already in the game right now. It's just not on a profile page. Whoops, let me log in over here for my credentials. There are no change notes in the game? Yeah. There are no change notes in the game for that. 1.0.5 wasn't documented because it fixed... Oh wait, no, it should be documented. Wait, are you saying you don't see this in the game right now? So if you go to the settings dialog, you should see change log. Let me check again. Yeah. Well, anyway, what did I come here to do? I wanted to show you guys something. Player profiles, yeah. So if you click these rating flags that show up on the left side or the right side, it brings you to the leaderboard. Now, these are not links to people's profiles because profiles don't exist, but you can see the top 500, and if you click this button, you can see where you are on the list. If this button doesn't show up, it means you're not on the list, so you're not in the top 500. Hey, Glass Cup. Oh, cool, Hurtful. Yeah, welcome back. Yeah, so I'll show you guys. Oh, nothing in news. Yeah, the reason I didn't put something in news is because I felt like it's not newsworthy. You will see that 1.0.5 is in the change log, but it only fixed an issue that I introduced in 1.0.4. I don't think it was a very long-standing issue. Anyway, I was going to show you guys something. Oh, I just keep forgetting my contacts. I don't usually do this. It's definitely a sign that I'm tired. I don't remember. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah. Oh yeah, Botland ideas. I remember that. Yeah, so profile pages, they're on here somewhere. Let's search for them. Here. So this was suggested back almost exactly 2 years ago. And there are a bunch of ideas around this that we have. So in general, here's what I would want to show on there. I want to show your name, your current avatar, your current ratings, your current rankings, maybe some historical data if we can, and then how many challenge mode stars you've ever gotten. And thanks for reading it, Sick. So I'd like to do that stuff, and then I'd also kind of like to have something where you could maybe do something where you do like bot.land/user/Adam, and then you could link this on Reddit, let's say, and you could be like, hey, check out my ranking. Like, I just got to gold 3 or something. But I don't know about that. That one might be a little harder. In fact, I might need to write that down somewhere. Did I already? Using history, show badges, make this completely public, may have GDPR implications. Also consider how someone on the mobile app would get to this. We'd need deep linking. Yeah, not that like question mark action, go to user, and annoy Hideo equals true. Okay, so these are the most important issues that we had tackled. Now we can do a little bit of bug triage, but I gotta say, I haven't had much energy this whole morning, so let's just do a little bit of this. I was thinking if I looked at your profile, I could also see how many matches I played and some stats about the outcome. Oh, interesting. It's a good idea, Travic. That's a really good idea. Maybe we could show your win-loss ratio against this particular person. Yeah, because I have queries to do that already. Oh, I already have the database open. So I can do something like select outcome from matches where attacker ID equals 1 and defender ID equals 2. And I could parse these outcomes and show you something. I guess we'd also need to show you ranking type. Yeah, I'll copy this over here. Yeah, that would be kind of cool. Did I do that before Twitch? Yeah, I did that before Twitch too. I didn't like when there was a problem and I couldn't figure out why there was a problem later on. So I started writing down just like literally everything I was doing. You know, I mentioned earlier about that whole thing about Reggie Watson being laser focused career path and how, I mean, this is my outsider's view. It's not like he said this. And I think back to certain indications in my past where they led me toward this without me really realizing. But I think the very first one, it was 2010, and I was Skyping with a friend of mine, and we found out that you could share your screen. And in 2010, this was usually only really for like remoting software that you needed. And I was like, oh my god, this is the coolest thing. And so I was coding that first iteration of Botland, and I was sharing my screen with, actually, it was Leaf. I don't have a Leaf command. I have an itch command though. Anyway, yeah, so he was, I don't even know if he was watching. I was still sharing my screen though. And now I'm a streamer. So streaming code didn't probably really exist back then. Streaming probably did at that point, although I don't think I knew about Twitch or Justin TV. Ever look into more dictation software to keep notes you're talking about? No, I haven't really. I think my problem is that I don't like it when dictation gets punctuation or words wrong, so I usually like writing it all myself. Not that I can't also get it wrong. Some bot games that I played before had a fun stat on profile page where they had a nemesis, which is like 10 people you've played the most games against. That's pretty cool too. Yeah, I think there's a lot that can be done on this page that could be really interesting. So I'll write that stuff down. So I've shown you guys this before, but there are a lot of things as far as prioritization goes here, and I think there's one other thing, the tournament feature. So this in general is what I have on the extended roadmap. Right now there's an item that we're tackling that's not on this at all, which is just stabilization. All right, so issue tracker. Let's go triage. I'll take a look at some of the newest ones. Maybe I haven't had a chance to really think about these. So let's see. This one is Zapper. I find Zappers too overpowered because they can be used together with other weapons, especially when they're used with melee. They add like 2x damage. So when I generally think about this, here's how Zapper is balanced right now. And it's not to say that it's properly balanced necessarily, but it has an increasing duration based on the level. So it goes from 4 all the way up to 6, and it has increasing damage. So at the highest level, it's dealing 350 damage per turn, and it lasts for 6 turns. And yes, you can do other things during that time. Now, for you to have level 3 of this means that you have used 3 of your 7 slots on Zapper, and chances are, I mean, now you need to get into range. So you could use teleport, you could use thrusters, you could use cloaking, and then once you're in range, you probably want something else in addition to that, maybe melee, maybe missiles. So in general, I think it's kind of balanced by not being able to have infinite slots on your bot. Now, are these damage numbers like the best? In general, what I noticed though is, I guess it depends on whether an attacker or defender is using it. So as an attacker, let's just take this defense. And let's say I want to put down my Zapper and melee bots. Do I have one with teleport actually? I don't. But I can just do this. So let's put down a few of these over here. But in general, I find that they die to range bots very easily. And so now they have to travel over to these, and in that time they were taking damage. So I'm going to say for right now, let's keep an eye on this. Let's not necessarily say that there's a problem or not a problem. I don't want there to be any super dominant strategies. Yeah, like I don't think this is crazy. I mean, a lot of these bots have artillery, which is why they're not doing great against mine. But it came down to a 3 versus 2 at the end. Now, granted, that doesn't prove or disprove anything. Hey, Rishabh. Is there still marketing plan for Botland? Yeah, and I think I'm going to try to pick that up again next week. I mean, of course, if you guys ever want to help, there's the how can I help. Multiple leaderboards are fun. I'll write that down too. I don't know about putting that in the profile page, because that could just be its own idea entirely, but I'll write that down. I'm looking forward to getting to do some of these things. I think tournaments, for example, would be fun to code. It would probably take quite a long time. There'd be a lot of like testing needed. So I don't know what to say about this for right now. I'm gonna say I'll keep an eye on this, but I don't want to change the balance too frequently. And not all of the planned items are in the game yet. So I'm gonna just close this one for now. Okay, next issue, guest feedback. Guest feedback. Aw, look at this person. I really like this game. So it used to be that the guest dialogue had a thumbs up and a thumbs down button, and people took it to mean that you were rating the game, which is not how I intended. And so whenever someone hit the thumbs down, they usually provided pretty negative feedback. And then we changed it to just asking like, hey, do you have any feedback you want to give? And now people are giving positive feedback, which is a nice change. But I'm going to close this because there's not really an issue here or anything. All right, so this one, a prompt asking if you're sure you want to save your defense when clicking save. Avoids accidentally clicking. So this is not something that I have a strong opinion about, I guess. There are 3 ways of doing this. Option number 1 is force everyone into having this dialogue. Option number 2 is having a like, do you want to save like remember my answer? And then option number 3 is just having a user option in the settings menu somewhere. I don't know if there's anything else that I haven't considered here. Is there? Yeah, I think this is pretty much it. And 2 and 3 are pretty similar anyway. Are bug reports public? No, they're not. That happened to you lots of times. The thing I'm worried about with this would be that people wouldn't ever find it again. So that's where I think option number 2, kind of falling back to option number 3, is good. I could do that. I guess I'll just write in this issue for right now. I think the best way of doing this would be to have a dialogue on by default asking people if they're sure, but have a checkbox saying remember my answer that goes into local storage and can be later changed via the settings dialog. Yeah, so I'm just going to comment on this for now. And we'll write this on the assigned Hideo list. Okay. Next. More guest feedback. What does this one say? Okay, so I swear I'm not just making this stuff up. I have not planted guest feedback. Some people are actually enjoying the game. I think that's really good. So this game is super cool and creative. I like that it teaches trial and error skills. I'm going to close this issue. There was a lot of negative guest feedback, so it's nice that it's not so negative. All right, several script editing issues on mobile. App version 1.0.0, I see. There are several irregularities when editing a script. I'm unable to delete a line. Okay, let me take a look at this. Unable to delete a line, I mean that I can delete all the text, but the new line or character term cannot be deleted. The cursor positioning seems to get pinned. The exact behavior is hard to describe. First place, I attempt to edit. Position 1 becomes a magnet for the cursor. Tapping to move the cursor to a new position has an inconsistent result. Yeah, I think a lot of this is going to be changed by switching editors completely, which I'd like to do. Oh, Kermit, thanks for subbing. Welcome. So I can't make these public by default because I don't know what information a user is going to provide, but I can paste them onto the screen when I know there's no personal information. Anyway, Kermit, you are a viewbot now. Oh, the positive ones? Oh, I see. Yeah, just put those everywhere. So I'm going to try this really fast on my phone. I'm loading up the game now. Are we adding bot horses soon? The stabilization is so that new people to the game have a better experience when they're playing the game. I'm doing well, the die. How's it going for you? So I got to the script editor. I gotta say this is a pretty weird experience on a phone to ever try modifying JavaScript because it's just a text editor. And it's very tricky. So that cursor issue, I see. It is kind of happening for me. Huh, weird. I wonder why that's happening. Yeah, I see that too though. Okay. What else? You said they can't delete a new line. Yeah, that doesn't work. Oh man. And unable to paste. Can I even copy here? Copy. Oh, yep. Unable to paste, I guess. No. Paste worked. It is weird though. Yeah, okay, this is super messed up. So I don't know if this library is even supposed to work on mobile, but yes, these are all issues. These are all real issues, except maybe the paste one that seemed to work for me. But I'm hoping they get fixed by changing the code editor completely. So I'm going to comment this, and we're going to link to this issue from the task that I made for Hideo about this, which was look into autocomplete for JavaScript. I think this was just like look into a different editor. Oh, mobile incompatibilities. Oh my god. I don't think this will ever work then. Yeah. Oh, it sounds like none of these really support mobile. I wonder if we could use Visual Studio Code. I wonder if that supports mobile. Hey, Undin. Yeah, I don't know what we were supposed to do about this. It sounds like it's just a no-go. Related bug report about mobile issues with existing editor. This isn't gonna matter. Create a new issue though. This one is mostly auto-completion. Well, we already had the issue. I don't know if we're ever gonna be able to do anything about this, but maybe I'll respond to this person. Have they verified their email address? Yeah, they have. Yeah, I'm gonna tell them that I guess this is probably not gonna be great. I'll write some follow-ups. 579 mentioned that mobile botland script editing is probably never going to be great. I suggest using Blockly or just writing the script from a computer. Well, I don't know how important it is though, Hideo. I never really expected that people would want to write scripts from mobile. I thought they'd just want to do like really quick edits. Yeah, that's true. By using a new version. Out of curiosity, what are we using right now? CodeMirror 537. What are they up to? 549. Okay, so they've gone up by 12 versions. I wonder if any of that would have helped mobile at all. Oh, let's just search for mobile. Experimental mobile support. That was in version 5 though. Yeah, I don't know. Did they have any cursor issues that were happening though? Yeah, I don't know. Oh well. But yeah, I'll write this down then. There's something to assign to Hideo. Put this here. There. Okay, what's this one? Can't exit replay mode. Details. After I won the match and I minimize the result to check on the replay, it's not possible to use the X to close or home to get out of the screen. Let's try to show results and next battle doesn't work either. I wonder if this is something I just broke recently because that's possible. Let's log in and try it out. So after I won the match, I minimized to check the replay. Okay, so we go play a match. All right, and now I minimize to check the replay. So I hit this button, cool. And now I hit the X. No, that works for me. I'll possibly use the X. Okay, what version are they on? Are they the Android version or something? On the Steam version. Tried this one, couldn't repro. I wonder if there's some other bug around this. Or maybe... Whoa, what? Oh, wow, yeah, the matchmaker really isn't online. Okay, that scared me for a second. I thought that was misreporting the error, but I just never restarted it. There we go. A little terrifying. So how about we try losing in the first phase and then winning in the second phase? We didn't actually win, but that's fine. Okay, now I hit minimize and I try hitting the X. Still works. Oh, while the replay is running? Yeah, maybe you're right, Killer. Go try that. Although, yeah, let's see. I'll slow this down and we'll click play and then hit the X. No, I can't get this to happen. I wonder if there's something else that they did. Let me try one more time maybe. And we'll see if there's something else we could do here that might have messed this up. Maybe like click bots or something. No, it always works for me. I'm just gonna say that I can't repro this. Hideo and I both try. No, there's one more thing we should do. Fine, I'll go load up the Steam version. Because technically, I mean, they did this on the Steam version, so I can't be certain that I've fixed it unless I'm trying on the Steam version. Okay. Don't care. So we're gonna go play a match. I'm not actually gonna try to win or anything, it doesn't matter. Wow, this person obliterated me. Okay, now I minimize and I hit the X. That works. Now we're gonna try minimizing and hitting play and then hitting the X. There we go, so minimize, hit play, and hit the X. Yeah, I can't get this to repro. It sounds like it's already playing before they minimize the results. I don't know how that'd be possible. There's no way to reorder blueprints, no. That's been something that people have been asking about, and at best I thought, oh, you know what I could do is I could make like a hidden API that would let people do it, maybe like control up and control down, but I never even did that. It's Google. Yeah, so I'm gonna say I can't repro. And then I tried reproing on Steam too, and it still didn't repro. Let's close this for now. check on. Yeah, I would chalk that up to English not being this person's first language. Because I also see things like doesn't being spelled weirdly. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think they just wanted to check the replay, not check on the replay. That's my guess. But anyway, if more people run into this, then more people will hopefully file the issue and I can take a look at it then. But I don't see an issue for now. All right, next. Only show one pop-up if attempting to buy something without enough Botcoin. Currently there's, are you sure you want to buy? And then you don't have enough Botcoin. It'd be better just show the second pop-up. Oh yeah, this is true. I never did anything about this. Got a 500 server error the other day when playing a match. Do you remember what caused that? And do you remember what day it was? Because you would get a 500 error if it was the day that I deployed and you were trying to play when I was deploying. And that would make sense and that wouldn't be a bug. So when during that play session, did you have a message pop up saying I'm deploying the game right now? Come chat on Discord. Because if so, yeah, no issue, no need to even investigate. That would definitely be a problem. But if it was any other time, it could be a real issue. So I was just about to check. Oh yeah, buying something when I don't have enough money. So I need an account that doesn't have enough money. So let's do select Botcoin from users where ID is 5. The user doesn't exist. Okay, let's log into Zen for that. So I should have 3,000, yep. And that's not enough to buy something, so when you try to buy something, so you don't have enough Botcoin, yeah. So popping up this first dialogue is kind of pointless since you can't buy it in the first place. Now you might suggest disabling the button, but here's why I think it's a bad suggestion. If I ever have a way for you to outright purchase items with real money, I'd probably want that to show up. I mean, that's not a way now, so I guess we could just disable it. But still, I should change that. We'll just write this down as bugs somewhere. Well, this is kind of a minor issue. Oh, and part of the reason why this is done is because you might not have the up-to-date Botcoin amount. Yeah, I have a pop-up like not enough Botcoin, yeah. Yeah, I'll just say this has been an issue for a while. I think we should just bypass the confirmation when you don't have enough. But we need to make sure that we don't contact the account server at all in that case. It was on the 9th of October. The 9th of October. When did I deploy? This is the local version. It was 2 days ago, right? Yeah, there were 2 deploys on October 9th. And we pressed the attack button. It was 23:10 GMT +1. So let's go figure out what that would be for me. So I am 7 hours away, so that's 8 hours away. So in my time, it would have been 3:10 p.m. my time. When did I deploy? 10 p.m. I don't know how to check that. It would have been on Discord that I would have pushed a message, right? I'm trying to think if there's anything else that would have a timestamp on it for when I deploy that's not Discord. That's the only thing I can think of. I tweeted for version 1.0.4. What time was that? October 9th at 1:57 p.m. 1:57 p.m. was 1.0.4. I did not tweet for 1.0.5 though. I'm not sure. Okay, well, what makes me wonder about this, there was another issue that I think would have led to random 500 errors, but I think that was fixed. Oh, nice. What's this say? Simulate. Turn to 500. Interesting. Kind of this time. Okay, yeah, I'll need to look at this. Okay, thanks for telling me about this. Let me copy all your chat messages. And then I'll copy this too. So that would be 3:10 p.m. for me. I deployed 1.0.4 at 1:57 p.m. and 1.0.5 probably at least 2 hours later. So it probably wasn't. It says client version 1.0.4 at the top of the log. Oh. Yeah, that would be expected. Scoville was on 1.0.4. Wait, no. When I deployed 1.0.5, it was just a client change. Yeah, I don't think it was caused by change of versions. Yeah. So simulate couldn't have been messed up from the deploy. Unless something crashed. So conclusion is check the server logs to see if there's a reason why simulate would fail. Wonder? Yeah, I'll just need to follow up on that today too. Random 500 errors. Every once in a while this has happened in the past, and usually it was due to someone's defense having like a weird bug that just stuck around. Let me look through some other bugs here. Integrate salvage packs into store. It's currently confusing that when I click store that I can purchase some things with Botcoin, but I have to click on 0 packs to find the real money store. Yeah, there's a lot more things that should be pointing to the real money store in the game. Happened to me too on October 7th in the middle of a game. What day did I fix that issue with the token error? Surface friendly error. No, not that one. Well, let me see when I fixed this, because I think it was a while ago, which means you guys are probably running into a different bug. Then again, maybe you're running into the same bug and all I did was suppress an error message. Oh, is that possible? That is probably possible. Oh, this would be a nightmare to find. Maybe this is the JWT expiration error, but it's just being suppressed now. Let me copy what Anjali said, and let's go figure out when I even fixed that problem. I think it was pretty recent. I don't know what I'm even searching for right now. Fix issue with expired token. Where is it? I don't know. Yeah, I'll need to look through the log and find it through there. Okay. Git log grep -i Oh, hey, there it is. I was getting unhandled promise rejection pretty frequently. How do you get context with grep? Grep context? Context lines are non-matching line -c. Friday, June 14th. No, that wasn't right. Hang on a second. Fix critical account server error. Here it is. What day was this? How do I find it? Fix critical account server error. Yeah, I don't know. There it is. 10 days ago. That was October 1st. Okay. So that was on October 1st that I fixed that. Now let's get the commit hash. Where is it here? Whew, okay. Quite nice to work with. I haven't heard of Fork actually. Also, hey EJ. What am I first at? Another founder. There are different names for friendly and allied. One is find closest friendly chip and one is find closest allied bot. Is there a reason for that? Yeah, there's a reason for that. The reason is that friendly, I think, was supposed to mean owned by you or by an ally, and allied was supposed to mean owned just by an ally. Now, the concept of ally doesn't exist right now, but it might in the future. So that was the reason why there's a difference. Unfortunately, those made it into the current version, and it's not obvious. So I think allied in the current version means the same thing as friendly, but it might not in the future. And the founder badge I have, I'll share the link with you guys. Let me get it after all the millions of redirects. Oh wait, the redirects just bring me right back to that same page? Okay. Yeah, I'll have to take a look at that. The home screen, the defend rating bar is to the left and the attack is to the right. When you attack someone, the attack bar is to the left. Now, you should file an issue on that, Skogel, if you don't mind. That way I can take a look at that later. Because, yeah, I don't know why that was done. Now, with that said, in the future, it's possible that we have different shaped arenas so that it's like top versus bottom or something. Okay, let me read through just a couple more of these things. Someone said had a bug here, and they just said description bug. I guess they expected it to take a screenshot of their page or something, because it doesn't do that. So this person just filed a bug with a description bug. I'm guessing they thought it would take a screenshot or something, but it doesn't do that, so this isn't helpful. Yeah, and there's some reports on arrays. Gotta figure those things out too. Error halfway through writing script. Hey Jesse, hey Calic. When writing a script with blocks, choosing a name for a function sometimes leads to not... Oh yeah, I think this is fixed. I should contact them though. I'll write this down. After deploying, I should do this. So yeah, first we'll deploy, then we can look into these things. Goodness, this is slow. So ask them if they still see the issue after today's deploy, which will hopefully fix their problems. Hey, Hamada. Yeah. Where did it go? It should still be there. All right, I think that's it. I think there's a lot of stuff I'm gonna have to focus on still. Yeah. But thank you guys for playing the game. That's been helping out a lot because there have been a lot of issues that have been getting filed, and I mean there are a lot of changes that we've been applying. So there are 2 people streaming now. Oh, amazing. So I've hosted Chevy a few times. I don't know if I've hosted Captain the Dorks. So we're gonna go host him. Well, we're gonna raid him. Mute this and go over there. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll be back online on Monday. I think until I feel like things have evened out that we'll probably still be doing fewer stream hours than normal. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Carson, for all those gifted subs, for anyone else who subbed. And yeah, hope you guys have a great rest of your day and a great weekend. I'll see you on Monday. Bye.